own coach.
1,115 yards for Barry Sanders, 243 carries, 4.6 yards per carry. Herman Moore will split off to the right side for the Detroit Lions. And they have a slot man on the right side as well, and Brett Perriman. First down for the Lions. Halleck goes in motion to the outside. Here's the ride. Play action fake by Eric Kramer. He comes upfield. It is to Perriman, out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Pretty good coverage by Roland Mitchell, but a nice throw by Eric Kramer. A little crossing. He came up the middle, then cut right, and the ball was right there.
Well, they took advantage of Barry Sanders there, Jim. They faked the run to Sanders, and everybody thought he'd probably get it on first down, but it actually made a little opening down there for the wide receiver.
And that may be his role all day long as the fake man, the play-action fake to Barry Sanders. But pretty soon, if he doesn't carry it, you start to catch on, don't you?
Yeah, they're going to get the ball to him.
Eric Kramer, by the way, 63% completion on his passes. That is a gain of 15 yards on the first play from scrimmage for Detroit. Here's the ride and the handoff to Barry Sanders. He cuts back against the grain for about 4 yards to the 39-yard line. Johnny Holland brings him down at the 39-yard line. Gain of 4. Second down and about 6 for the Detroit Lions.
I'll tell you, just watching him make that first cut, Jim, kind of scares you, doesn't it? There's nobody in football can make cuts sharper than Barry Sanders.
I think there are 4 linebackers in there now with Simmons, Pop, Bennett, and Johnny Holland. And the front 3 are Brock, Yurkovich, and Reggie White for the Packers. They may go with 6 down linemen in some of these situations. It's going to be a second down at about 6 for the Lions, just shy of their own 40-yard line. Here's Eric Kramer on second down, and the handoff is to Barry Sanders trying to get to the outside. He didn't get anything. He is dragged down by Yurkovich. Yurkovich got him from behind. He tried to slide to the outside behind that offensive line, and it brings up a third down, and that may be what you were talking about in the pregame.
Yurkovich taking up where he left off last week, Jim. I thought he had a tremendous game last week, and again, big penetration. If you get to Sanders early, you don't give him a chance to get all of those moves on you.
And almost compelled to go with him, in a number of issues, as you said earlier in this broadcast. Herman Moore splits to the right. He's over here against Terrell Buckley. Third down and about 6 for the Lions from their 40-yard line. In motion to the right side is Perriman. Now he lines as a wing on the right, and back goes Eric Kramer to throw. Here comes Reggie after him to the outside and off the fingertips of Barry Sanders out in the corner. There was a man there on the coverage. I don't think he ever saw the pass. It was a linebacker, but the pass went through his hands and out of bounds.
There was a time where Eric Kramer made up his mind before he snapped the ball he was going to hit Sanders, and there was a guy right there in his face, and he threw it anyway, and they have to turn it over.
Look at this, Max. Another change in punt returns for the Packers. Robert Brooks is back to return this one for Green Bay.
Well, I think he's the biggest threat we got back there, Jim, frankly.
Pryor had done such a good job, but 2 drops was just a little too much. Here is the kick by Arnold. Look at this driving kick deep for Robert Brooks. He's going to catch the ball at the 11-yard line. He comes forward to the 15. He's on his feet to the 20, to the 25, and to the 30-yard line. What a nice return by Robert Brooks to the 30-yard line. And there we will take over with a first down and a timeout on the field. No score in the ball game. Back after this on the Packer Radio Network. They're great pass rushers in Tracy Scroggins. Scroggins had to leave. He's a second-year player out of Tulsa. He has 7.5 sacks, and it looks like he's got a bad knee.
Well, I think you're right, Jim. He's laying down on the bench, and he doesn't look like he's coming back into this ball game. That'd be a little blow to the
That would be a blow to them. They've already lost their cornerback, Ray Crockett, and Melvin Jenkins will start in his place. So it is a first down for the Packers at their own 30-yard line. Brett Favre is the quarterback. We got 2 wide receivers to the left for the Packers and 1 tight end. And the quarterback waits, and here's the ride and the handoff. It goes to Darrell Thompson. He kind of stopped and then couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and he's knocked down there. Good defensive play by Chris Spielman, who submerged and made the play for the Detroit Lions. That's one of those feel-out plays right there, isn't it? Just kind of go up the middle and see if there's anything there at all.
I think the feeling was that the offensive line kind of got stuffed there, Jim. He ran into his own guy before he got the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a second down for Brett Favre. Brett Favre so far this season has thrown 19 touchdown passes, but 24 interceptions. A second down and 10 for the Packers. Favre slaps himself on the rear end to signal to his team what he wants to do. And the call is for Darrell Thompson to cut it upfield for maybe 2 yards to about the 32-yard line. Hit it by Robert Porcher and brought down at the 32-yard line. Had a nice little talk today with Brett Favre. He introduced me to his father, who is here for the ball game today. His father is not at all like you would suspect. His father's a big, ruddy guy, crew cut. I guess that's what ex-coaches look like, and a terrific fella. And we had a nice talk today. Brett said, I wish we were playing in the cold weather. And he said, Brett, your mama saw you playing that cold weather, thought you were going to explode. You were so puffed up. 3rd down and 8 for the Packers. It appears Sterling Sharp asking for exactly what is the play. Here is the EFA's play. And nothing out of that for Darrell Thompson to about the 34. Well, the Packers played it as conservatively as you could possibly play it on that first series.
3 runs, they made 2 yards, and now they'll punt. I'm not sure that's going to be the story of the day, but it's right now it is.
Well, and they're still tied in the ball game at 0-0. I guess that's the best way to put it. Here comes Brian Wagner. He finished the season at 42.9 yards per kick. Back is Mel Gray for the Detroit Lions.
I hope they realize that they got to play all day and all night till this thing gets over with. Somebody's got to score.
Waiting for the snap is Brian Wagner, standing back at the 18-yard line. Gets a good snap from center, no real rush, and he drives one high towards the ceiling. Mel Gray is retreating back to the 15-yard line. Here's Gray forward. He gets through some people on his feet. Watch out. Down he goes at the 36-yard line. He almost lost the football, but he's knocked down at the 36. A 51-yard kick and a timeout on the field. No score in the ball game. Back after this from your local station on the Packer Radio Network. Recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Green Bay Packers Incorporated is prohibited. Was that Mel Gray back there scaring us to death again?
Wow, I tell you, every time he catches the ball, Jim, he's been good for so long, and he doesn't get any worse. He just continually blows it up the middle, and that's where it's dangerous.
Ball is at the 37-yard line. Detroit with excellent field position to start their second series of the ball game. No score in it. We're in the first quarter of the ball game. Here's the ride to Barry Sanders, tried to stretch it to the outside to the corner and out of bounds somewhere around the 41 or 2-yard line for a gain of 4 or 5 yards. Barry Sanders trying to get to the outside. Now, the way he ran that time didn't look like there was anything wrong with the knee at all, did there?
No, and Wayne Simmons showed some pretty good pursuit there, Jim. He actually beat him to the corner out there, and Wayne showed some good speed, too.
2nd down and 5 for the Detroit Lions. Barry Sanders now 3 carries and 10 yards for Detroit. The ball at the 42-yard line. We have 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter of this ball game. The Lions with their second possession. Not a sellout. Somewhere around 65,000 people here today. That's a lot of people nonetheless. 2nd down, the Lions. Back goes Kramer to throw. Here comes the blitz, and down he goes. First time in 2 games, and it was Johnny Holland who came through and blitzed him, and Johnny doesn't do that very often, and he gets the sack for the Green Bay Packers.
And right behind him was Bennett and Bryce Popp. All 3 linebackers coming, Jim, and believe it or not, nobody blocked any of them.
And that is his 3rd sack of this season. So it is 3rd down at about 13 for Detroit, and they didn't get to Kramer last week. This is the first time they've gotten to it.
Well, that's a good sign. I
like that one a lot. And Holland was on the beat, wasn't he, coming in strong?
Good to see Bryce Popp in that lineup, too.
3rd down and 13 for the Detroit Lions back at their own 35-yard line. Packers have Roland Mitchell right up on the corner. Here comes Kramer to the outside. It is caught first down at the 48-yard line by Brett Perriman, and he had good coverage. He had double coverage, and the ball was perfectly thrown.
Well, actually, Roland Mitchell had the coverage, Jim, and as you said, he was on him, but he was just a perfect pass, and usually when a perfect pass, you don't beat it, and they didn't beat that one.
And it's down to the 47-yard line, and again, they came close to Kramer, but couldn't quite get to him, and Eric Kramer got the ball off, and this one was just thrown right there. Mitchell was on him, but just a half a step late, and you got to let him, you can't hit him until the ball gets there. And the ball was perfectly thrown. Little cutout pattern. Mitchell was over there. Butler over there. First down at the 47 of the Packers. Packers dig in at that point. Here is Eric Kramer in the ride to Barry Sanders. He wants to reverse and come back this way. Watch out.
Look out.
This is where he hurts you. Leroy Butler measures him at the 30, and Leroy's going to pull him out of bounds. Oh, a flag. And they say he had him at the face mask.
And it may be against Sanders.
The ball is at the 22-yard line. Let's see what the officials are going to rule. See that? Sanders went left. It was all clogged up, and then he came back to the right.
Yeah, that's his big danger, Jim. But I thought he grabbed Butler's face mask.
Face mask against the Packers. They
was it?
It is against the Green Bay Packers. Let's see that play again.
9-yard face mask on a tackle. Number 36 on the defense.
They called it on Leroy Butler. It is a run of how much? 25 yards. Let's watch this, Max, and see whether or not it is the what we thought it was, or whether it is Leroy who did. Now, Leroy had his hand there.
No doubt about it.
Clearly had his hand in the face mask, and I'm surprised that's not a 15-yarder.
Well, it should have been. I didn't see what they penalized.
5 yards down to the 17-yard line, first down for the Detroit Lions, and watch Ty Halleck. He is the slot on the right. Now he goes in motion to the left. This is the guy you got to worry about. Here's Eric Kramer back to throw, and he's looking towards Halleck. Now has to come the other way. Over the middle, Buckley intercepts in the end zone. Leroy was there, but it was Terrell Buckley who came inside of him and made a great interception in the end zone for the Packers.
I'll tell you, Buckley showed some great speed there, Jim. He overtook the ball after it was in the air, and that was a big interception.
And that will stop the drive for the Detroit Lions on a big defensive play by the Packers. We'll take a break. Back after this on the Packer Radio Network.
The best care in the air. Now your best route to major destinations throughout America is Skyway Airlines and Midwest Express, recently rated the best airline in the country by a major consumer report.
Terrell Buckley's third interception of this season. Something's happening down on the field. They're taking one of the Packers over to the sidelines. Harry Galbraith, it's either equipment or he's bleeding or something, and they have taken him to the sidelines, and they are working on him. By the way, that pickoff by Buckley, his third, means Pick and Save donates another $100 to the MAC Fund. For every interception this season, Pick and Save donates $100 to the MAC Fund. And what I loved about the play, Max, was the way Buckley closed the distance. He really closed while that ball was in the air.
Boy, he really did, Jim. That was a big play. And now maybe the Packers will open up their offense a little bit. The first series, they did nothing, and Tunch Ilkin is in to replace
Galbraith. He came in for Galbraith when they went to the sidelines. Now, wait a minute. Why is Brett Favre going to the sidelines? Now he's coming back. I think they were confused about something for a minute. And now they mark the ball in play, and he's got 25 seconds to snap the ball. We have 8:09 to go. The first real threat of the game is stopped on a turnover by the Detroit Lions, and they only had one of those last week. So a first down at the 20-yard line for the Packers. In motion to the outside goes Darrell Thompson. Quick pitch goes back to Edgar Bennett. He turns it up at the 25, on his feet to about the 28 or 9, maybe the 30-yard line. He kept going and got close to the 30-yard line. 4 plays, 4 runs so far by the Packers.
That one very successful, Jim. A little pitch out to Bennett, who made a big cut. I like to see Bennett with that ball under his arm.
And he gets 10 yards on the play for a first down at the 30. Today's game is being brought to you by Mills Fleet Farm, now accepting MasterCard, Visa, and the Discover card. First down at the 30-yard line. You never know when that turnover turns the momentum of a game around.
Boy, it could, and let's hope it does, because the Packers need an offensive surge here.
First down for the Packers at their own 30-yard line, and Favre's first pass of the game, a play-action fake. It's a screen off to Darrell Thompson, to the 35, to the 40, close to a first down. Depends on where they're going to mark it, and I think they've marked it in first down territory. That was a screen that normally goes to Edgar Bennett, went to Darrell Thompson this time.
And each play they've run is a 10-yard play, and you're absolutely right. It's another first down.
8, 9, or 10 of those to get you in the end zone, right?
I'll tell you, you'll take them, though, 10 at a time.
You betcha. First down at the 40-yard line for the Packers. First pass of the day, and this is a screen, so they've not done much improvising here. They've just been very basic as far as the game plan is concerned for the Packers. Single running back, 3 wide receivers now for the Packers. A slot on the right side for Green Bay. Here's the ride and the handoff to Bennett.
Wide
Look at
open.
the outside. He gets, well, he stutter stepped too much, and he lost the ball, and the Packers recover it at the 44, maybe the 45-yard line. Who got on top of that? Was that Joe Sims? I think it was Joe Sims who recovered the ball, and he recovered it right down at the 45-yard line for an additional 2 yards. Edgar Bennett's made so many moves, he lost ground and he lost the football.
Well, he did, Jim. And believe it or not, that play opened up. I thought he was going to be a big gainer, and by the time he got through juking people, there wasn't anything left.
He juked him right into the play. It's a second down and 5 for the Packers at the 45-yard line.
And that's not normal Edgar Bennett's way to run either.
No, it isn't. Second and 5. Here's the ride and the handoff to Darrell. He's going around the corner again. Flag on the play, and he got a first down the sidelines.
It'll
and
be
out
holding.
of bounds at about the 43-yard line, but a holding call against the Packers on that corner.
That flag came so quick, Jim, that evidently one of the either somebody must have immediately grabbed somebody.
Well, it is against the Packers, and Tom White, who is the referee, has called the play. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Holding. Number 52 offense with a pull down, 10 yards.
That's on the center, Frank Winters. And they move the ball all the way back to the 35-yard line to make it a second down and 15. Winters with a pull down is what he called it.
Well, many times that center, believe it or not, makes a key block on a sweep, Jim, because if he can get either the middle linebacker or that guard, that makes the play work a lot better. So he grabbed somebody and they caught him.
That was a good-looking running play, wasn't it? Now you got to go back to the air because it's 2nd down and 15. Back goes Favre to throw, and it looks like he was setting up another screen. He scrambles to the right, now throws on the run and overshoots and throws it out of bounds.
On purpose, he threw that one out of bounds. Already, he's finally gave up on a play.
No score in the ball game. 5:48 to go here in the first quarter of it. The Lions threatened. They had a first down at the 17-yard line, but then on first down, Eric Kramer threw it over the middle into the arms of Terrell Buckley.
Here's a dangerous situation. 3rd and 15. You'd like to go for a first down and throw it down the field, but so far this year, the Packers have not been good at this particular play.
Well, nobody's very good at 3rd and 15, are they?
No, you're right.
All right, first down, or 3rd down, rather, and 15. A lot of noise, and now a timeout by Brett Favre. Brett Favre has to take a timeout, and so will we. 5:48 remaining, and we'll take a break and be back after we pause for this. This is the Packer Radio Network. A lot more Packer action to come, so sit back and open an ice cold Budweiser for that crisp, clean, classic taste that only comes from the king of beers. The ball at the 35-yard line, 3rd down and 15 for the Packers. 5 minutes and 48 seconds left here in the first quarter of the game. The other game that has been concluded today finds the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-24 in overtime. All right, the Packers with Clayton split off to the right, Robert Brooks to the right as well. Lewis and Sharp are split to the left. 3rd down and 15. Here's Favre back in the pocket. Got some time, comes over the middle and incomplete. Overshot Robert Brooks. The coverage on Robert Brooks was by Willie Clay, and that ball was a little dangerous, I thought.
Well, it was, Jim, and as I said before, I think I valued the timeout more so than a shot at 3rd and 15, so they not only lost a timeout, they really had no chance on that play.
It was intended for Robert Brooks and was thrown past him and above him. So here's Brian Wagner again, and here's Bill Gray back again, and it's thrill time in the old ballpark. Good snap from center, no rush, and here is the drive, a little wobbly kick that Gray is going to take and call fair catch, and does at the 21-yard line. Now that's what you love. Yes. No return on the play as Mel Gray catches the ball and cannot bring it back, and that's a good kick because it's 44 yards, and it's all of the 44 yards.
I'll tell you, he's kicked twice today, perfect punts.
This Green Bay Packer broadcast is brought to you by Midwest Express Airlines. Midwest Express, the best care in the air, coast to coast. Now, Max, there are 3 job openings in the National Football League. Which one do you want? Here's your chance. You've been talking about this. We got 3 job openings. Glanville's gone. The Coslet's gone in New York. New York is really where you need to be.
That's right. I want to go to the big city.
And Pardee is the 3rd who is gone. It's a first down at the 21 for the Detroit Lions.
Not Jack Pardee.
No, I beg your pardon. Pettibone. Up over the middle to Perriman. He caught the ball and down at the 33-yard line. A bullet thrown, and Leroy Butler hit him at about the 33, a gain of 12 and a first down for the Detroit Lions. Good throw by Eric Kramer.
Well, I hope as you know, Jim, if they get in a groove, if Eric gets in a groove, throwing to those 4 wide receivers in there, it's been the downfall of the Packers against this team over the years, is they've had trouble covering all those guys, and let's hope he don't get in a good rhythm here.
I think you got Tony Bennett up playing on the offensive line right now. It looks like they almost have 4 linemen with Pop and Bennett playing the ends. 4 defensive linemen on the play, and then you have in the backfield, you have Johnny Holland there, and here is the blitz, and it goes to Barry Sanders, caught from behind and dragged down at about the 35-yard line. Just as he was ready to make that out cut, somebody from behind, Tony Bennett, I believe it was, reached up and drug him down after a gain of about 1.5 yards or 2 yards.
Good play by the linebacker, whoever caught him, because when Sanders gets started, he's tough to catch.
I'll tell you what, if you've got a bad knee and somebody grabs you from behind and drags you down, that's not easy on that knee either. He's probably got it so taped so heavily it couldn't even bend one way or the other if it wanted to.
Well, he don't run like it's taped.
No, he doesn't. 2nd down and about 8 yards to go for the Detroit Lions from their own 35. Kramer straight back in the pocket. Here they come again. Up over that wide open middle to Brett Perriman. And Perriman has the first down at the 48-yard line. Max, and that underneath is wide open for the Lions.
It really is, Jim, and that is been what I feared about the Packers is trying to cover all of those wide receivers. This guy absolutely was lost in there.
He was lost and gets the first down at the 49-yard line in Lion territory. 3:51 to go here in the first quarter of the game. And the Lions so far have dominated play. Packers had one little go at it, got a couple of first downs on some runs, but other than that, it's been mostly Detroit. And a good job by Eric Kramer so far with a first down at the 49-yard line. In motion to the outside goes Aubrey Matthews. Now he sends him back the other way. And the right is off to Barry Sanders. He's going to try to reverse it, and Bryce Popp is on top of him. And Jurkovich is down at the bottom and knocking down at about the 49 for a gain of no more than a yard on the play.
Well, again, if you can stop Barry Sanders at the line of scrimmage, that part is good. The second part has to be solved here is how to cover these guys on second down.
Eric Kramer so far 4 out of 6, 59 yards, 1 interception and 1 sack. Brett Favre is 1 out of 3 for 10 yards. 2nd and 9. The ball is resting just at midfield for the blue-clad Detroit Lions. Blue and silver, that's their colors. Silver pants, silver helmets, and blue shirts with a white trim. 2nd down and 9. In motion, Herman Moore, the big guy to the right. And Kramer back to throw. And Kramer with time over the middle again to Perriman. Hit by Leroy Butler, but a first down at the 37-yard line. Brett Perriman open again over the middle. And they're going to keep going to that until you knock it down or stop it somehow.
Yeah, again, I watched Buckley, who started with him and then kind of came off like somebody else is supposed to pick him up. But they better decide on who's going to pick him up or they'll be in the end zone.
Ball is at the 37-yard line. Another first down for the Lions with 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. And the Lions offensively are moving the football. Barry Sanders remains the running back. Moore to the right. You got a slot on the left and a wide receiver out on the left side as well. Now Sanders tightens it up a little bit. And Kramer is calling a play at the line of scrimmage. Looks for a quick slant. And Buckley is going to be called. Oh, wait a minute.
That's defensive holding, Jim. He grabbed him as he went by.
Did he grab him or bump him? Was he within the bumping range is what I thought. I think that's what they're asking.
Either way, it's going to be a penalty against Buckley.
He bumped him, but where did he bump? Let's listen.
Pass interference.
See, they're calling it interference rather than holding. You're right.
First down.
And they're going to give him the ball at the 28-yard line, 27.5-yard line.
You know, in my opinion, it probably should have been called illegal contact, except they did throw the ball to him, and that's why they call it interference.
In my own opinion, it's a pretty good job that he did hit him, because if he didn't, it was a touchdown.
I think you're right.
It would have been a touchdown, and Detroit really taking charge of the game here at this stage. Got to reverse it somehow. From the 27, first down for the Lions. Rodney Holman is the tight end. Here's the handoff to Barry Sanders up the middle and a flag on the play as Sanders is stopped short of much gain down to the 26-yard line. But there was a flag at the line. I think there might have been movement or somebody might have turned up field for the Lions too early.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's going to be motion against the Lions.
Let's listen.
There was no play. False start on the left offensive end. 5 yards moving prior to the snap. It'll still be first.
See, I don't like that play at all. Suppose he had fumbled, Max. Suppose he had fumbled on a play and the Packers get it. It still would have been Detroit's ball,
right,
and you have to take the penalty. I just don't like that rule at all, and I think it needs to be changed because it almost happens instantaneously with the snap of the ball. It's just a little bit ahead, so you ought to go ahead and go through with the play and then give the defensive team the option. It's going to be a first down and 15 for Detroit. Kramer straight back in the pocket. Here comes Reggie after him, and he gets away. And now he goes down, and he is dropped at the 35. Somebody hit him a little late. That'll be a sack. I don't know whether they'll give it to Pop, but it certainly was forced by Reggie White.
Well, Miles came in not really that late, Jim, but he also was almost the first one there, as a matter of fact.
So it will be a sack in the second one of the day, recorded by the Packers. I'm looking to see. See, Reggie came right down the middle on the play and almost got him by himself. And then he comes back to the middle. I don't know who they give the sack to.
It almost has to
Looks
be
like
Billy
it's Pop.
Moss.
Well, they give it to Pop. Apparently, that's what the TV people are doing, and they sometimes control that. Second down and 17 for Detroit from the 35. Here's Eric Kramer onto the draw, gives it off to Barry Sanders, and he's hit and dropped back at the 37. A loss of 2. So it's third down, Detroit. And maybe that's what you were talking about. You almost have this necessity to have to use Barry Sanders, and you're keying on him, and certainly he didn't go anywhere that time. He lost a couple of yards.
And obviously, with all the success they're having in the throwing in the middle, Jim, they've just let that opportunity slip by. They need 20 yards now.
Well, they're going to come back to it. What you don't want them to do is even complete the thing, because they are out of the range, I would think. And well, maybe not. 54 yards, he can kick that. But you want to put them back even further if you can. So it's going to be 3rd down and long for the Lions. And here is Kramer, and he looks over the middle again and comes that way, and it is caught to the 30-yard line, short of the first down. That's Rodney Holman.
Well, they'll kick it now.
And that's at the 29, so this will make it about a 46-yard field goal for Jason Hansen, and that's child's play for him. But a pretty good defensive effort by the Packers after the Lions got a first down inside the 30.
Again, they just have trouble covering the 4 wide receivers in there, Jim. It seems like one gets lost every time, and obviously that's what the offense is set up to do, but the Packer defense is not set up to have a man loose every time.
48-yard field goal try by Jason Hansen. The ball down, the kick is on the way. Got plenty on it, and it is going to be good for the Detroit Lions. The Lions kick a 48-yarder and take a 3-0 lead, and that will be the end of the first quarter. End of 1 quarter of play. Detroit 3, the Packers nothing. Back after this on the Packer Radio Network.
Your kids want a buzz cut? You want a haircut. Mom. They want an iguana.
Last play of the first quarter, a 48-yard field goal kick. And Hansen has such a terrific leg, doesn't he?
He does, Jim, and obviously the Packers must control the football better, Jim, because you're not going to keep the Detroit from doing something if you just keep running 3 and getting out of there. The Packers are going to have to get the ball and keep it for a while.
All right, Hansen will kick off. Back deep, Corey Harris and Wilson for the Packers. They are standing back near the goal line. Marcus Wilson on the far side. Look at this kick. This baby is long enough almost to be a field goal, and the Packers will down it in the end zone. So they'll take it over at the 20-yard line. Got a note here. Says, I hope the Packers enjoy as many touchdowns as you guys do. Please say hello to our family and friends from Andy and Rick Delzer and from John and Jen Hubert, I believe it is. Are they the ones who brought the Packer candy, the
green and gold chocolate-covered peanuts?
Wow.
Not bad. Did you try one?
Well, no, because Palm ate them all. Nice to have you back, Palm.
Looked like they took M&M's.
Really missed him a lot last week, didn't we?
I think they took M&M's and painted them green and gold.
First down for the Packers at the 20-yard line, trading 3-0. Here is the handoff in the ride to Darrell Thompson to the outside. He's got the 25 and up to about the 27-yard line. Darrell Thompson for a gain of about 7 or 8 yards on the play. And the Packers back to the running game again, just trying to be as careful as they can about not turning it over.
Well, I think that's a good, if you can make 7 yards, let's face it, on first down, you've got something good going. And Darrell Thompson that time was really high stepping it through there and made a good run.
So it'll be a second down and 3 yards to go for the Packers, maybe just 2.5 yards at the 27.5-yard line on their own territory. Quarterback is Brett Favre. He's straight back in the pocket over the middle. Eddie West, first down at the 36-yard line. Eddie West hit and dropped at the 36-yard line, and in to make the play for the Detroit Lions is Harry Colon. And he knocks him down at the 36, but just a quick hitting pattern by Brett Favre over the middle.
Well, anytime they give you that, Jim, if that tight end can release like that, you just throw him the ball and you can play catch with him.
So it'll be a first down at the 36-yard line for the Packers. Wayne Fonts is the coach of these Detroit Lions, and he's done a heck of a job. They're the Central Division champions. First down for the Packers. Haven't gone to Sterling Sharp yet for Green Bay. And here is Favre on first down, play action fake. Now he wanted to throw a screen, nobody there, so he's going to have to run it over the left side. Now he's going to run the ball to the 40, up the sidelines and out of bounds somewhere around the 45 or 6-yard line. Good play. Now he could have thrown it on the run. And again, he declined to do that, and he was running to the left. It would have been a hard throw, and he's close to a first down.
Well, he could have got the first down if he had just ran another step. But
well, wait a minute. He got 9. I'm going to give him credit for 9 and not get on to him for 1.
Well, that's why they put that red thing there, so you know where the heck the first down is.
Well, he swung to the right, Max, and that screen just never did get formed, did it? He said, oh, my gosh, I got to get out of here.
He reversed out of there, had a lot of running room, and that's usually that's when a receiver, if he moves around a little bit, can make a big play by getting open down there, but nobody got open.
Today's game is brought to you by Elan. Give yourself some credit. Get to know your credit cards before you apply. Call Elan toll-free 1-800-558-3424.
Just like I said, they got a first down.
all of that criticism, and he had the first down to begin with. Have another peanut.
That boy knows exactly where to go to get that first down, right?
See, he knew that the one on the other side wasn't the official marker. It's over here on this side. Ball is at the 46-yard line in their own territory. The Packers have moved it from their 20 in about 3 plays. Quarterback is Brett Favre, waiting for the snap, and he's straight back in the pocket this time, rolling to the right again. Now on the run, fires the ball upfield behind Robert Brooks. I'm not sure whether he intended to throw that one away or just made an awful throw inside of Brooks, because he missed Brooks by about 5 yards. The ball fell harmlessly down around the 35-yard line.
I don't know whether that was a rollout or he was just forced out of there so quick, Jim, but he's eager to, he's getting out of that pocket a little too quick. If that rush is that bad, then we're in trouble anyway. So
it is going to be a 2nd down and 10 at the 46 for the Packers. We're early in the second quarter of the game with the Lions leading 3-0. Split the 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and Sharp says, I can't hear. Here's the ride and the handoff to Darrell Thompson. He cut it inside, and he gets a couple of yards to about the 48-yard line, maybe only a yard to the 47. He tried to cut it back inside, and he was hit and dropped on the play at about the 47, and making the tackle, George Jamison for the Detroit Lions at about the 47. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. And again, I don't know whether Sharp is trying to fool people or whether he just can't hear, because that's the second time I've heard him or seen him do that and act as if he could not see.
Well, I know one thing.
Not here, I beg your pardon.
You know, the Packers cannot have too many of these 3rd and long situations and win this ball game.
All right, 3rd down and 9. Favre straight back in the pocket. Favre looking, comes up to the outside. It is caught, and a first down at about the 41-yard line. Was there a flag on the play? I thought I saw something flying.
Well, I hope it was.
No, it is man down. Kevin Pritchett is down for Detroit. Apparently he's all right. And the Packers, no, it's offside against Detroit. And so that'll make the play stand up and be a first down at the Detroit 41.
I'll tell you, a good decision there by Favre, who dumped the ball over to Thompson.
By Darrell Thompson,
and he just turned it on and got the first down.
All right, first down at the 41-yard line of the Lions. Best penetration of the day by the Green Bay Packers. We're early in the second quarter. 3-0, the Lions lead it. Into the lineup for the Packers at tight end comes Mark Chmura. Chmura is the tight to the right side. Eddie West is tight left. 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, and Sharp in motion to the left side. Here's Favre, and he hands it off to Darrell Thompson. Couldn't find anything that time. He tries to spin and gets back only to the 42-yard line. A loss of a yard or 2. And down at the bottom of the pile again for the Detroit Lions is Robert Forshea.
Boy, I don't like that play, Jim. When you got a guy 7 yards deep and then you delay him a half a count and go back and give him the ball, you know, any penetration, you lose yardage. And that's exactly what happened.
Plus, the rhythm wasn't very good on that play, was it?
Well, that's what I mean by the delay. I think he's supposed to delay.
All right, the ball is at the 42. Let's call it a 2nd down and 11. Still haven't thrown it to Sharp yet. Now Eddie West will line up as a wing on the left side for the Packers. 3 wide receivers. Back goes Favre. He's looking at Sharp this time over the middle. Caught it at the 30 and to the 27-yard line. Sharp coming over to the left side. He is hit and dropped by the Detroit Lions' Dennis Gibson, the linebacker. He beat the cornerback over on that side. That's his 113th catch of the year. I don't think that goes into the record book as the season. This is the playoffs now. His record will be 112, but it's a first down at the 27-yard line.
Well, a big catch there, Jim. He picked up a lot of yardage with that just when they needed it. And again, they are controlling the football, and you keep it away from that Lion offense, you got a good chance to win this game.
Kevin Scott was the cornerback coverer on Sterling Sharp on that play. First down at the 27. Here's the handoff. It's Edgar Bennett. He's got the 25 on the right. Now sidesteps a man and goes to the 20. Nice play by Bennett to keep his feet. They had him kind of caught up at the 25-yard line, and he just stepped through a tackle and gets it down to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play.
Well, those plays look so good developing, Jim. At that time, Chris Spielman just kind of busted through to kill it, but that play looked like it was going to get big yardage.
Well, 7's not bad again. See?
No, I agree.
We got somebody bleeding for the Detroit Lions. He ought to come out of there. Isn't that Jamison? No, that's Dennis Gibson, the linebacker. See how that blood's coming through that bandage?
Yeah, but
in pro basketball, you would never stay in the game. You got to come out under the new rules. And Brett Favre is saying he wants a timeout. He uses a timeout right there. And that's the second one used by the Packers. And we will take the break, I believe, and be back after we pause for this. This is the Packer Radio Network.
Hey, sports fans, Chris Berman for Budweiser's Football Insider. I'm talking with professional cheerleader Annie Timmons.
Hi.
Annie, what role do cheerleaders...
Angry when he had to take that timeout.
Well, he should be. That's 2 timeouts they've taken, when you really don't want to. And evidently somebody else made a mistake or something wasn't right, and that's why he called it. But you hate to give those 2 timeouts away.
Well, but this one is more worthy than the other one because this is on a 2nd and 3 at their 20-yard line. So you don't want to make a mistake here.
I agree. Probably well worth it.
All right, 2nd down and 3 at the 20-yard line as the Packers bring it back in play. And here's the ride and the handoff up the middle. Edgar Bennett looked like he had a little trouble getting hold of the ball, and he slides forward down to about the 22.5-yard line. And he's got a yard shy of the first down for the Packers. Again, I'm a little worried about Dennis Gibson. The new rules are if you have any blood anywhere, and it may be a little bit different in football, but he is bleeding through a bandage that he has on his right arm. And you can see blood on his uniform everywhere. Everybody's concerned about the AIDS epidemic and all of that. And so that is a big problem. Now it's 3rd down and a yard for the Packers. Toughest yard in football right here.
And especially tough for the Pack.
Deep man is Darrell Thompson. He's again 6 yards behind the quarterback, Brett Favre. Brett up under, waiting for the hand. It goes to Darrell Thompson. First down to the 15 and maybe the 14-yard line. Darrell Thompson, there was a big hole that time. Now, I got through the initial hole, and the linebacker caught him. Well, that's going to be the safety who caught him over there, Harry Colon, who brought him down. But he got through that initial hole for the first down, and that's what you need when you're going for a yard. You got to get that initial big hole.
That's right. And Ken Rutgers, they went right at him, their best offensive lineman.
He's had a great year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has.
I was on the air with some folks from KMPC in Los Angeles today, and they said, how's our boy Kenny doing? I said he couldn't do any better because he just had a great year. It's going to be a first down at the 14-yard line for the Packers. Here's Favre on the handoff to Darrell Thompson straight up the middle for a couple of yards, down to about the 12-yard line. Thompson for 2. 8:36 remaining here in the first half of the game. We have a 3-0 lead for the Detroit Lions, and the Packers have their first drive of the game going. And they're down to the 12-yard line of the Lions. And slow to get up for Detroit that time is Kevin Pritchard. Pritchard's been down a lot all day today, but sometimes defensive linemen don't get up very quickly. Look who just walked in. Old Ron Kramer walked into the booth.
Now, wait a minute. He's not so old. He's younger than I am.
2nd down at 8 yards to go for the Packers. Man in motion to the right is Darrell Thompson. Here is Favre back to throw. Favre looks over the middle. Touchdown to Sterling Sharp. And did he throw a bullet? I mean, he drilled the ball to Sterling Sharp at the base of the end zone.
There's a flag down, Jim. I don't know.
What do we got?
There's
a flag about the 3-yard line. It's going to be touchdown Green Bay. Whatever it is, it's against the Lions. And Sterling Sharp, I mean, he better catch that baby because it'll hurt him if he doesn't catch it.
I'll tell you what, a great pass, Jim. He had to level it, throw it as hard as he could to get it through there, and he just threw a bullet and Sharp right there in the end zone.
Did you notice that happened when Ron Kramer walked in the booth? It's all due to Ron Kramer.
Big Ron, how you doing, partner?
That is the 20th touchdown pass of the year to Brett Favre, and he saw it, and Max, he took a chance, and he threaded the needle, and he had enough on it to get it there. 80 yards in 13 plays. The try for the extra point is good, and it's a 7-3 lead for the Packers. And a timeout back after this word from your local station. This is the Packer Radio Network.
The Pro Image for the sports fan.
The Pro Image in the
trying to go for a field goal. They got conservative down there, and then all at once they pull out the big one, and a perfect pass from Brett Favre.
Derek Moore and Mel Gray are back to receive the kick of Chris Jackie. He's trying to see where they're lining up. Look at him. He's looking down there and saying, everybody all right? And the referee, Tom White, says, okay, kick it. So here is the kickoff, and this is a high floater. It's going towards Gray on the sidelines. And, the ball hit him. What a play. Here's what happened. The ball hit at the 6-yard line. It looked like it was going out of bounds. Gray tried to let it go out of bounds. It came up and hit him. It bounced inbounds, hit him, and then bounced out of bounds. And they get the ball to the 6-yard line. I have never seen that happen before.
I haven't either, Jim, but it happened at a great time because the kickoffs returns have been the downfall in this series. And that time they got to start from the 5-yard line.
We'll take a timeout back after this. This is the Packer Radio Network. In their own territory, they are back at the 5-yard line with a first down. I'll tell you what let's do. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Green Bay Packer Radio Network.
You're listening to Green Bay Packer football on the Chippewa Valley's #1 hit music station. This is Z100, WBIZ, Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls.
First down for the Lions at the 5.5-yard line in their own territory. They now trail 7-3. Bryce Pop looks like he wants to blitz. Here's the handoff. He goes to Barry Sanders, dashes through a little hole only for about 2.5 yards, and then he is ripped down at about the 8-yard line. The tackle made, and a good tackle by Matt Brock. Brock said, "You ain't going any further than this," and stopped him right there.
I'll tell you, it's great to get that run and shoot backed into the hole, Jim. It kind of reduces the number of the things that they can do. You know, you're a little leery to start throwing the ball down there. So that's a great position for the Packers to have men.
Second down and about 7.5 yards to go for the Lions. They split a man wide to the left side to the Detroit Lions, and that would be Willie Green. Here's the second down play for Eric Kramer. He comes up the sidelines. It is caught by Randy Holman. Holman almost dropped the ball. He's going to be knocked down at about the 24. He almost dropped it as he tried to spin. Johnny Holland makes the tackle, and Holman, the tight end, is good out to about the 24-yard line.
Well, that hurt. As soon as I was discussing the fact how good it is to have them in the hole, they come up with a big play to Holman and get them out of there.
Yeah, but you want them to have to go 95 yards because that's a long way to go in anybody's football league. 6:46 to go in the first half. 7-3 the Packers. I want to remind you there are 4 ways to pick and save. Everyday low prices, advantage coupons, yellow tag specials, and now at participating stores you save even more with the Advantage Plus Savers Club. Pick and save, still the one low price leader. Holman is in motion again to the right side. Here come the Packers on a blitz, and Kramer back to throw, fires it upfield. It's caught, and backing out of bounds is Brent Perriman at the 36-yard line. I'll tell you what, Perriman made a great catch, folks. Had his back going to the back marker, and the ball came in, and he almost had to catch it because it was thrown so well by Kramer as well.
You hit it on the head. Eric Kramer, since he's been in those last few games, he gets better every week, and he's tough to stop.
Perriman's having a pretty good start to this game. 6 catches for 86 yards. So a first down for the Lions. They've come from their 5 out to their 36-yard line. And now they've got some room to operate out here near midfield. Well, not near midfield. They're about 14 yards shy of midfield, but they've got some room to maneuver. Again, it's Holman in motion to the near side for the Lions. And the handoff goes to Sanders, trying to dance to the outside. Gets around the corner and up the sidelines. And he's at the 45, the 40, and caught from behind and dragged down at about the 20-yard line. Terrell Buckley let him get the corner on him. Buckley had him, and he gave a little juke move, and Terrell was left looking, and he gets up to the 20, a 44-yard run by Barry Sanders down to the Packer 20-yard line.
There's no other runner in football that can make that move, Jim, and that's exactly what he did. He makes a move and then is so quick out of the move that nobody can catch it.
Watch Buckley come in on the play.
Yeah, I'm sure he suckered somebody in there, but that's what you can't do is give him that outside, or he'll take it all the way.
See? There he just froze Buckley for a moment. First down for the Lions at the 20-yard line of the Packers. Here they are again, knocking on the door. And Kramer backs out of there. And what do we get?
It's got to be against Kramer.
Well, Kramer can back out. That is an illegal procedure.
No, you can't back out once you put your hands under there.
Okay. That's what I was going to say, too.
Yeah, oh, wait.
9 yards. Still first down.
First down and 15. Kramer, that's one of those that it's a disadvantage to you because he didn't fumble it. Or the guy didn't snap it over his head. You've seen those go snapped right past the quarterback and back in the backfield somewhere.
But one thing about it, everybody knows who made a mistake when the quarterback gets out there too early.
He forgot to point fingers. It's all. He's supposed to point at the center and said he didn't snap the ball. It is going to be a first down and 15 back at the 25 for the Lions. Perriman is a wing on the left side. Kramer's back to throw it. And he's coming to the sidelines again.
Out of bounds.
Incomplete for Willie Green. Willie didn't even get 1 foot in, much less 2.
No. That one wasn't even close, even though the fans thought he was in bounds, naturally.
Yeah, he never came close to getting those feet down. Second down for the Lions at the 25-yard line. 4:46 to go in the half. What are they booing about? They showed a replay. It clearly showed he didn't even have 1 in.
That goes to show you can see what you want to, depending on what side you're on.
Sometimes even you and Jim Palm look good to me. I don't understand that at all. 7-3 ball game.
I don't either, but it makes me nervous.
Second down and 15 for the Lions at the 25. Here's Kramer with Bark, and he gives it up to Sanders just straight ahead. Now he gets a little juke move and goes down to the 18-yard line. Boy, the way he stopped there, is he all right? Looked like his cleats caught for a moment, Max, and he is all right at the 18-yard line. Third down for the Detroit Lions. Looked like when he stopped and tried to make that move as if the cleats caught a little bit. So his leg's pretty good if he can survive that happened right there.
He's an exciting player to watch. You just hate that he's on the other side, but what an exciting guy to watch.
Third down, and let's call it about 7 for the Lions. They'll split Herman Moore to the right. And to this left side goes Willie Green. Got to watch Perriman. You got to watch Rodney Holman on this play. Third down for the Lions from the 18-yard line. Kramer straight back in the pocket. They come down over the middle, and it is
oh my goodness,
under deflection by Perriman to the 6-yard line. It was deflected, and it looked for a moment like the Packers might pick it off, and Perriman has it go right into his hands. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Boy, what a bad break for the Packers, Jim. The ball bounced out of one of the receivers who would also have caught the ball, but it would not have been a first down, and goes right to the next guy, and he gets the first down.
And even the defender had a chance at it, but it went right past him. See, now there's the defender who tried to step in front and couldn't get to it in time. They say first and goal at the 5-yard line for the Lions. First down and goal. Detroit trying to take the lead in the ball game. We got an exciting contest going here. Here's Kramer with a ride to the right to Barry Sanders, trying to get the outside, and Terrell Buckley takes him on and pushes him out at about the 3-yard line. Good play by Buckley that time, because he had to fend off a blocker. Oh, Mr. Official, he put it down at the 2. It was really at the 3. It'll be second and goal at the 2.5, they say officially. He really did a good job, Buckley did, of fighting off a blocker to force Barry Sanders out of bounds. Second down and goal at the 2.5-yard line with 3:07 to go in the first half of the contest. Want to remind you, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser. Second and goal, 2.5 yards away for Detroit. The ride to the left is Sanders. He dives over the top, nothing. Maybe to the 2. So it'll be third and goal. They're going to say inside the 2 to the 1.5. But he tried to dive. Barry's too little to dive that far. That's about a 4 on a half gainer.
Well, I think if you look for the weakness in this offense, Jim, it's right there with Barry Sanders. Is really not a short yardage runner.
No, Moore and Lynch would be more effective.
Right, something like that. So I got to, maybe the Packers can hold them to a field goal here.
Third down for the Lions. And goal to go at about 1.5 yards away. And Wayne Font says he wants a timeout. Wayne Font will take a timeout, but he hasn't gotten the message to his team yet. No, he still hadn't gotten the message to them. Here is the third down play.
Maybe that's a touchdown.
And here is Kramer to the sidelines. Touchdown, Perriman, one-handed catch. Brett Perriman with a one-handed grab for the Detroit Lions.
Oh, boy, what a catch, Jim. Roland Mitchell had him pretty well covered, and he just reached up and brought it in with one hand.
So the Detroit Lions will take the lead in the ballgame. That's a Max McGee catch right there.
Wow, that hurt.
He threw it out there, and Perriman grabbed it one-handed. That's an unbelievable catch for Brett Perriman.
And he caught it in his gloved hand. Did you notice that? He only has the glove on one hand.
Well, those things have got some stickum on them, and they help out too. Kramer to Perriman for the touchdown, and they have taken the lead back. Nice 95-yard drive for the Lions. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. And with 2:04 to go, the Lions have the lead in the ball game by the score of 10-7 over the Green Bay Packers. And let's see, do we take a break here or not? I believe we do. Back after this on the Packer Radio Network.
If you're serious about
the season, it's a 94-yard drive in 10 plays. And you got to make that one play, that middle, over the middle, that catch saved them. Otherwise, they would have had to take the field goal.
That's right. And they took a big hunk out with a 44-yard run by Barry Sanders.
Right. That's two big runs for him today. What's he up to, 83 yards? My goodness. Here's the kick. And this is a deep one that is going to be in the end zone, and the Packers are going to come out with it. Here comes Corey Harris. What a decision. And he only gets the 15-yard line. Now we'll get the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left here in the first half. Back after this word from your local station. This is the Packer Radio Network.
Whether you're designing a new home or just remodeling, look to Eau Claire Tile and Home Design Center first. They offer quality floor coverings like ceramic tile and marble, hardwood, vinyl.
Interesting how games changed. Neither one of these teams could sustain a drive last week. And the longest touchdown drive, I think, went something like 45 yards. Here, we've had an 80-yard drive followed by a 94-yard drive in the first half.
That's for sure. And, to make those kind of drives, you have to play penalty-free and make a lot of big plays, and you usually have to get a big chunk. And, of course, Barry Sanders got that big chunk out of the middle there, 44 yards, and that's what really put him in range.
10-7 ball game in favor of the Detroit Lions over the Green Bay Packers. And the ball will be at the 15-yard line now. Here's where games turn a great deal. If you make a defense or an offensive error here, it really puts you in a hole.
Right now, you would rather go in behind 3 than make a mistake.
All right, first down at the 15-yard line for the Packers. And Brett Favre on a play-action fake looks to an in pass to Mark Clayton. And Clayton had the first down, but he gave it up. He backed off and gets the ball at the 24-yard line. Clayton with about a yard shy of the first down. He had the first down, but he tried to spin away from the defender and get to the outside and wasn't able to do so. So it'll be a second and about a yard.
What a great pass by Brett Favre, who threw it half sideways there, Jim, and almost underhanded and still threw a bullet.
Second down and a yard for the Packers. Only one timeout left for Green Bay. Here's Favre on the handoff up the middle to Edgar Bennett. He's got the first down. Across the 25.
I don't think they're looking for first downs, though, Jim. They're looking for yardage, and I don't know if you waste that much time on the clock just to get a first down.
I think they're just saying, let's not make a big mistake right here late in the first half. I think that's what their theory is and their reasoning. But you're going to have to figure out some way to stop the Lions, because the Lions have a lot of yardage in the first half of this game.
And it's pretty obvious they're going to score some points, quite a few points to win this game, the way the Lions are moving the football.
56 seconds left, and now 49 as they come to the line of scrimmage, even less than that, as the ball is snapped to Brett Favre. Favre on a play-action fake, back to throw, now gets out of the pocket, looks on the run, throws it across the field, incomplete. Holy cow, intended it for Sterling Sharp at the 34-yard line. And that was the old Brett Favre right there. Don't throw that baby.
That scares you to death, Jim. Remember, Melvin Jenkins, had he been a little quicker, would have stepped in front of Sharp.
And it would have been 7.
But believe it or not, Sharp should have caught that football for a nice gain. It was right in his hands.
He tried to throw that. Now, Favre, to show you his thinking on these plays, he tried to throw that from the far side of the field all the way across to this side of the field on a very long angle.
And the good news is he hit Sharp right in the hands and he dropped it.
He did. You're right. Second down. The clock at 36 seconds to go. Here is Favre. He drops it.
Watch a fumble.
Who got it? Down at the 23-yard line. Wow.
They were just trying a handoff, and they had Brett fell down on the way out and dropped the ball.
And then, he got it off to the back, but the back then dropped it as well, and I believe the Packers still have it. And they do. Third down for the Packers with 30 seconds remaining.
I never saw him get the ball to the back, Jim. It looked like, maybe as he was trying to give it to him as he was falling down here.
Somebody stepped on him.
Yeah.
The center stepped on him. See, he didn't. You're right. He never got it.
He tried to bring it back, so he wouldn't cause a fumble, and he couldn't hold on to it.
Now the Lions take a timeout with 30 seconds to go on the clock. Want to remind you that you'll always score with a great taste of McDonald's Big Mac with French fries and a Coke. It's a great team. That's a constant problem, isn't it? Well, they didn't take a timeout. If you're the Packers right now, let the clock run out. Leave it at a 3-point ball game. We're at 20 seconds to go in the half. 18 seconds.
12 on the shot clock.
Here is Brett Favre up under, waiting for the snap, and this is a ride and a handoff to Darrell Thompson, looking for the corner. Up to the 30 and about the 33 or 4-yard line, and that's with 3 seconds to go, and the half will end right there. Into the first half, and it's been an interesting half, hasn't it? The Detroit Lions have the lead in the ball game, and they lead it by a score of 10-7. Still very much alive, and we'll begin our halftime programming in 90 seconds after we pause for this on the Packer Radio Network. In the second game of the playoff series, that will be in Dallas next Sunday, a week from tomorrow, and that will be an 11:30 kickoff, and Max and I at the moment plan to be there, don't we?
You're not kidding, and I hope we get there.
Whose hot dog is this?
I got that for you.
I'll tell you what, that thing smells awfully good, but it does smell nonetheless.
Well, we could give it to Jim Palm. He'll eat anything.
You're right. Give that over to him. All right, the Lions are about ready to play here. I want to remind you that today's game being brought to you by your 76 dealers of Wisconsin. Good luck, Packers, from your friendly Wisconsin 76 dealers. So the ball will be kicked off by Jason Hansen. He still hadn't put the ball down. He keeps bouncing around with it. I'll tell you what, we thought that was such a good break, Max, to have the ball bounce off Mel Gray out of bounds at the 5. So they turned it into a touchdown from there.
Well, they did, and the Packers having trouble stopping these Lions' little offense, but which means they must get the ball and control it.
And do some scoring. So here is the kickoff by Jason Hansen. This is a line drive that can be returned. And they let it go into the end zone and through the end zone. That's not a bad decision by Corey Harris, because it was the same situation that faced Mel Gray. That ball was a line drive that was bouncing. If he doesn't field it properly, it's probably going to go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. So he let it go out, and the Packers take over at the 20-yard line. First down there at the 20 for the Packers. Now, that was 6 seconds on that play. Just to refresh your memory, the clock starts on the kickoff unless you were in the final 2 minutes of each half. And then it starts when the ball is touched by the receiver.
Most important series of any football game is the first time you get the ball in the second half. So let's see if the Packers can do something with it.
First down from the 20-yard line for the Packers. The Lions moving around, and back goes Favre to throw. He moved to the left. Now he looks, throws it up the sidelines, and it's off the fingertips of Edgar Bennett. Man, had he led him a little bit better, Max, he had 25 or 30 yards on the play. He just overshot him at the 30-yard line. I think that was an improvisation, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, he was reluctant to let it go over there, Jim, and when he did, he didn't have much touch on it, and he just overthrew it.
Boy, if he catches that ball, he might be the 40, 45-yard line before he's finished.
Yeah, he might break a tackle and go all the way, because there was only 2 guys that could have possibly got him.
It appears every time Brett turns to his right, there's somebody out there forcing him out of the pocket on the play. Second down and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Packers. Down 10-7 in the ball game. Here's the drive and the handoff. And this is Darrell Thompson up the middle for 5, for 6, maybe 7 yards on the play, maybe even 8. Darrell Thompson with a good return back into the middle and up to about the 28-yard line. Thompson becomes 3rd and 2.
Thompson ran it 10 times in the first half for 26 yards. Not a real good average.
I suggest to you down here in front of the benches, that's Tracy Scroggins, who is in street clothes now and with an ice pack around his left knee. So he won't be in this ball game. 3rd down and 2 for the Packers. 14-17 to go here in the 3rd quarter of the game. The Lions leading it, and if you don't get a first down here, you got to give it up too quickly. So Brett Favre looking for the first down. Here's Favre on the right, and the handoff, and Darrell Thompson got it. Great second effort by Thompson. He dived and came down on his feet and then dived forward again and got a first down at the 32.
I'll tell you, credit Darrell Thompson with improving all year, Jim. He's getting better every week, and he made a great effort there.
So it's going to be a first down at the 32-yard line for the Packers. Darrell Thompson with the first down. The Packers go back to a tandem running back field and have a first down.
I'll tell you, if you don't think you have to sustain blocks a long time when you got a guy coming from 7 yards back there.
First down for the Packers, and Favre a long time at the line of scrimmage. Favre with a play-action fake. Back to throw, loops it out to the outside. Oh, Darrell. Went right over the head of Darrell Thompson. He never found the ball.
He never looked back.
I don't know whether he thought he was or was not intended to be involved in the play.
If he picks up the ball early, Jim, he can run right under it. I don't think the pass was thrown that bad, but he never saw the ball, so he never ran under it.
Well, it looked to me like he was at that was a route he was running. Was it not?
Well, yeah, obviously the quarterback didn't bat an eye. He just went back and threw it because he did have him beat, but he just didn't see the ball.
2nd and 10. We haven't had a lot of miscommunication since the early going of the season. We had some early in the season, but not much since that time. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 for the Packers. Brett Favre, the quarterback for Green Bay. Favre straight back in a pocket. Quick pattern to the outside for Sterling Sharp. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, at the 48-yard line, he dropped the ball. A tough catch, but it's a big play if he makes the catch.
I think you see on the replay, Jim, it hit him right in the hands, and I didn't see the other, the defender.
Well, we can tell because we're going to get a close-up view. Sharp got the beat on him. The ball is, it's right there in his hands, folks. Oh, that's a big play.
You cannot throw a pass better than that.
The ball was intended for him over Ryan McNeil, and he dropped it, and that would have been, there are 2 big plays that have been missed by the Packers in this series.
That's going to cost them real dearly, I think.
So it's 3rd down and 10. Here is Favre back to throw. Favre trying to set up a screen. Rolling to the right. Now he's on the run. At the 30, he's got to get the first down, and he does. No, he slid too early.
Quick.
He slid too early, and he's a yard shy of the first down.
Oh, my goodness. That's a
3 plays on this series. Poorly done by the Packers. Remember this series. He had a first down, and he slid a yard shy of the first down.
Well, I'll tell you, that's not football, Jimmy. When you see a first down, you got to get it. And he did not get it, and they'll turn it over to an offense that they've been unable to stop.
Folks, we're in the playoffs. You just got to you got to give up everything right here and play to win. He's playing to win, but he just misjudged where he was to slide.
And he wasn't giving up anything anyway. If he'd have dove and slide, he would have made the first down, but he just sat down a yard short.
Here is the kick by Wagner off the side of his foot, a flopper.
He shanked it.
A flopper that goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position on this play. And the Detroit Lions will take over at the 31. And we'll get a timeout on the field with the score 10-7 the Lions. Back after this on the Packer Radio Network. I don't even know how to describe that series. There was so much potential in that series for the Green Bay Packers, and yet the Lions wind up with the ball at the 31-yard line.
I agree, Jim. And the two guys you expect to do the best things for you. First, Sharp drops really an easy catch, as it turned out on the replay.
I thought the Bennett play was awfully big, too, in that series.
The Bennett play, and then, of course,
Darrell Thompson doesn't look on the one play, and then this play where he comes up short. So it's just such a devastating series.
I don't even think you think about sliding until you know you've got a first down in a playoff game. What are you saving yourself for?
First down at the 31-yard line for the Detroit Lions. Lions lead the ball game 10-7. Holman goes in motion to the right, and Matt Brock jumps offside. Whoa, are we self-destructing here? What in the world's going on with the Packers?
Falling apart at the seams. They got to regroup here, and the defense, has got to carry this team right now.
Packer fans, this break in the action is a good time for you to break open an ice cold Budweiser and enjoy that crisp, clean, classic taste. Proud to be your Bud. Ball goes out to the 36-yard line, where it becomes a 1st and 5 for Detroit. Two big runs by Barry Sanders have hurt the Packers here today. They've led to 7 points. The other one was negated by an interception by Terrell Buckley. Holman goes in motion to the right. Here's Kramer back to throw on 1st and 5 over the middle, and George Teague gets a hand up, tried to block it down. They were going long, intended for Willie Green. Now, George might have intercepted that ball had he picked it up a little quicker. He picked it up a little late. He was looking for the receiver and wasn't able to get his hands up and knock it down.
Good coverage that time. It seemed as though the quarterback decided where he was going to throw it, and the Packers were right there.
So it is going to be a 2nd down and 5. The Lions using that play, figuring they had one that they could use for a downfield play. Stretch that defense a little bit for the Packers. 2nd down. Herman Moore to the right. Brett Perriman, who's caught 8 of the 10 passes they've completed, is a slot man on the right side. And there's Barry Sanders now, a little bit staggered out to the outside for the Lions. And here's the handoff on a little quick inside slant for Barry Sanders. He's in the open and down at the 49-yard line. Barry Sanders at the 49 of the Packers, and a 1st down for the Detroit Lions.
Well, when he slips through that little hole, Jim, there's just no putting a hand on him, and another big play.
He explodes through the hole, Max. Watch how quickly he gets through that hole. They gave him a little angle to the line of scrimmage. He has now gone over 100 yards, 13 carries, 107 yards. They gave him a little angle. Wasn't much of a hole there, but he was just through it so quickly.
Yeah, they sent somebody in that blocked Bennett, and Bennett stuffed that hole a little better. He wouldn't have had so much room to run.
All right, 1st down at the 49 in Packer territory. Here's Kramer on a play-action fake. They try to get to him. Now he's got one-on-one coverage. Downfield, flag on the play.
And he caught the ball.
No, he caught it out of bounds. It was caught by Herman Moore, but out of bounds. But apparently, there's going to be a holding on the Packers upfield, would be my guess.
Oh, yeah, it'd almost have to be right there. Illegal contact.
Now it's against Detroit.
Beautiful.
The play is against Detroit. Ball was not caught. Let's see what the call is. That flag was downfield. What an interesting call on the play. There may be 2 flags on the play if I'm guessing. Let's listen to Tom White. And I am guessing, by the way.
Offensive
pass interference. A 10-yard penalty against, I think he said Brett Perriman. But that was Herman Moore who was going for the ball. That may have been a pick. If you're looking at something, it could have been a pick, Max, that they called on the play. Offensive pass interference anyway against Detroit makes it a 1st and 20 for the Lions.
I think you're right. I didn't see interference.
I didn't either.
It could have been a pick.
Because it was well away from where the ball was eventually thrown. 1st and 20 for the Lions at their own 40-yard line. Eric Kramer, the quarterback for the Detroit Lions. Kramer is back to throw it. He's looking. He comes up short again. And underneath to Rodney Holman at the 48-yard line, and he's down after a gain of about 8. He and Perriman have caught all the balls today. Holman has now caught 3. Gain of about 8 on the play, and that underneath has been open again for the Detroit Lions. We have 11:09 to go in the third quarter and a 10-7 lead for Detroit. Packers just got to somehow get the equilibrium back in this ballgame.
Well, they do, and they've got to get that offense together and make the big plays. You know, that's what it is in football. You got to make them when you need them, and right now they're not doing it.
In a game like this is where the big plays have to come in. Packers have 3 down linemen. Tony Bennett is lined up like a down lineman. He is in a 3-point stance. Here's the handoff to Barry Sanders. Again, he tries to go to the outside, cuts back into the middle, and gets down to about the 48-yard line where it becomes a third down for the Lions. He cut back into the middle. A lot of people there to help out. Johnny Holland in on the tackle. They put it down at the 48, and it makes it third down and 9 for Detroit. Third and 9.
Sanders has run the ball 14 times for 111 yards, and of course nobody else on that team has run the ball but Sanders.
Well, that's generally the case.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And
there's nobody else back there to run it.
Nobody else wants the ball. You're kidding me? Those guys trying to hit you. Third down and 9 yards to go for the Lions at the Packer 48-yard line.
Big down right here.
You're not kidding. Packers look like they're blitzing. Here's Eric Kramer back, and he flips it off to Sanders, and he's hit at the 48. What a nice play by Buckley that time. Buckley had him corralled over there and wouldn't let him get away. He had that square stance, Max, and he couldn't get away from him.
That's right. Burned me once, okay, but this time Buckley outdid Sanders and got him for a loss.
So it knocks it down and knocks him down, rather, at the 48 for a loss of 4 and forces them into a punt situation. So we still have a 10-7 ball game. The Lions looked like they were ready to march, didn't they? Back to do the kicking, Jim Arnold. He gets a good snap, no rush, and the kick. Look at this baby.
Boy, can he punt.
Look at this baby go. And it
out on the 6-yard line.
And they're going to say he bounced it out of bounds at the 5.
That's where it hit almost, Jim. What a tremendous punt.
So there it will be. The Lions on defense. The Packers deep in their own territory, and a timeout. Back after this. This is the Packer Radio Network.
For a smooth riding tire.
Territory, they're down at the 5-yard line on the great kick by the Detroit Lions. Today's Packer game brought to you by Midwest Express Airlines. Fly Midwest Express and get the best care in the air, coast to coast. Again, when you're down this deep, you worry so much about a mistake that costs you points, and the Packers have to be very, very careful about that against the Detroit Lions. But if the last series was any indication, you ought to be able to move the ball. All you got to do is complete the plays.
That's right. They had the opportunities. Brett Favre wide open for a first down, slid too soon. Sharp wide open for a big gainer. Who knows how far he would have ran if he'd have caught that ball.
Well, the folks on TV are talking to each other. Therefore, the rest of us will wait and get this ball game started sometime later. I wish I had the power to make 75,000 people wait on me. Wouldn't that be good?
Well, yes.
All right, it's going to be a first down at the 5-yard line for the Packers. Brett Favre, the quarterback, Edgar Bennett, the single running back for the Packers. And here's the play out of the end zone. He wants to throw it, and he tried to force it into Eddie West, and the ball is incomplete. Eddie got hit by the linebacker on the left side, and that would be George Jamison. That was just a quick pattern and thrown into some traffic, but unable to hold it is Eddie West. That's a tough play.
But that's exactly who Brett was going to throw it to. The mind was already made up. And
well, see, there's a little room there, and the ball got there in enough time. Eddie didn't catch it. So let's not fault the quarterback because he got the play there.
He threw a bullet.
All right, second down and 10 at the 5-yard line for the Packers. Got to get it out of here because the Lions are going to have great field position if you don't. Chabura is in motion to the right. Oh, it looked like the Lions may have jumped. Here's the ball upfield to the 4. They didn't throw the flag. Looked to me like the Lions were offside by about a mile, and the Packers lose a yard on the play.
I saw some movement in there, but I didn't see a flag.
No, well, obviously you didn't because they didn't throw one. It appeared Detroit had moved and crossed the line. Let's watch and see.
Well, I think he moved sideways.
Yeah,
maybe.
Apparently he did. He didn't cross the line of scrimmage. So it is a third down and a loss of a yard on the play by the Packers. Well, that safety you were talking about is a danger right here, right now.
Yeah. We got to throw the football, Jim. We got to throw it.
10-7 ball game. Here's Brett Favre back in the end zone. Brett steps up. Field intercepted. Picked off. And it's going to be a touchdown, Jenkins. Touchdown by the Detroit Lions, Melvin Jenkins. And that ball was thrown right into his arms and he returns it for a touchdown for the Detroit Lions.
Brett Favre never looked at anybody but Sterling Sharp, Jim, and he telegraphed that pass, and they picked it off, and that puts a new light on this football game.
Jenkins scores. There's what about, well, we're going to look at it again. And you're going to look at what was being looked at by Brett Favre. He was looking for the cutter, but he just never got the ball there in time, and it was picked off at the 15-yard line. And the interception, the turnover, hurts badly. And the Lions fans are going crazy with 8:20 to go here in the third quarter. They'll try the extra point. It's 16-7 in favor of Detroit. A lot of time, but the Packers are in some deep trouble now. Here's the ball down, and the kick is on its way, and the kick is good. 17-7 in favor of the Lions, and a timeout on the field back after this word from your local station. This is the Packer Radio Network.
After a car accident or fender bender, get the help you need from Scott's Auto Body, your complete repair and refinishing shop. Scott's Auto Body specializes in collision work from a minor scratch to major damage. They're large enough to be fully equipped by...
I think you're right. Brett Favre threw 2 passes down there, Jim, and obviously you have to be careful, but you can't predetermine who you're going to throw to and just go back and force it to him. He did it twice. Once was almost intercepted. The second time got him killed.
Jenkins filling in for Ray Crockett. Picked that one off. It was intended for Sterling Sharp. 17-7. Here's the kickoff to the Packers. And it is Corey Harris at the 3. Comes up the left sidelines after a difficult catch. Into the middle to the 20. And on his feet and out to a, well, he's still trying to run at about the 28-yard line. Then he's dragged down. He gets to the 28. Now Tim Houck doesn't like the way he got shoved on the play, and he pushes back a little bit, but everybody's all right. So the ball will come out to the 27 or 8-yard line. The crowds, and you made a good point when we were in the commercial break there, Max, that the crowd seemed to unnerve Brett a little bit. And we've had that, and we've talked about it in Minnesota. We talked about it in Kansas City. And we've talked about it in this dome here.
And what happened back there, Jim, when you're pinned back in your own end, you're so close to the fans that the noise was really unbearable almost.
First down at the 27-yard line for the Packers, down by 10 points now. And here is the pitch back to Edgar Bennett. He eludes one man and gets out to about the 31-yard line. Pretty good run because he was almost caught in the backfield. A man who made a dive at him, Robert Porcher, and just missed him, and he did a good job to get 4 yards out of that play. You're going to have to start throwing this ball downfield, aren't you?
I think so. And obviously you've got to get back into the rhythm of your passing game and not just telegraph those passes. You've got to go to secondary receivers.
So it is a second down and about 6 for the Packers at the 31-yard line in their own territory. Here's Favre, a play-action roll to the right. Upfield, it is caught by Eddie West, 45, to midfield and down to the Lion 46-yard line. Simple-looking play, and it worked perfectly down to the 46-yard line. You know how hard this game is, and then when a play looks that simple, you say, oh, they ought to all be this easy, right?
Well, they should be, shouldn't it? But it is amazing how you just beat your head against the wall, and all at once you roll out, throw a little pass, and make 20 yards.
Made 23 to be exact, down to the 46-yard line of the Detroit Lions. 17-7, the Lions have the lead in the ballgame.
Let's try that one again soon.
From the 46-yard line, here's the first down. Favre on the handoff. They sweep it to the right, and Thompson turns upfield, but he turned right back into a defender. When he turned right, and then he tried to turn back left, and he ran into Dennis Gibson, the linebacker. I beg your pardon, was it Gibson or 99? Might have been Tracy Hallworth. Anyway, they knock him down after a gain of about a half a yard on the play, no more than that.
Yeah, that play was defeated when it started, Jim. They just
It was Hallworth who did the play.
Yeah, they strung out that sweep and just never let him make a cut.
Tracy is 6'3", 260 pounds out of Tennessee. So it is going to be a second down. Let's call it 10 yards to go for the Packers at the 46 of Detroit.
Let's look for Clayton once.
Back to pass goes Favre. He comes to the sidelines. It's caught by Edgar Bennett. Edgar's got the 40 and to the 38-yard line. Good dive forward by Edgar. In fact, they're going to give him the 37.5 and a gain of about 8 yards on the play.
Yeah, good effort by Bennett, who caught the ball really along the line of scrimmage and then broke through a couple of guys and got him in a position. Now 3rd and 2 is not been the Packers' favorite down this year, but they got to get the first down. Somebody's hurt.
And we're going to take a timeout. We'll take a break, and we will be back after we pause for this. This is the Packer Radio Network.
At the first sign of rain, you break out the umbrella, right? Right.
Still down, and we haven't been able to get a picture of who it is that's on the sidelines here for Detroit. We'll keep a lookout. Well, the snow is here, and now is the perfect time to get out and enjoy all that winter has to offer on a new Arctic Cat snowmobile. See your nearby Arctic Cat dealer now, including Morse Enterprises, Highway 13 in Wisconsin Dells, and Ryden's Hazelhurst Marine, downtown Hazelhurst. He's still down, isn't he?
Yeah, he's...
Can we tell who? Oh, there it is. It's Melvin Jenkins, the guy who just returned the touchdown. Jenkins, who returned the touchdown. Now, they're a little thin at the corner because Ray Crockett is out, and Jenkins was filling in for Ray Crockett. And he's still here on the sidelines, and we have a long delay with a third down and about 2 yards to go for the Packers at the Lion 37-yard line. Almost the 38.
Well, you know, when you got a drive going like this, I think it's rather, you know, you don't want anybody permanently injured, obviously, and all of that. But the precaution here, when you're 1 foot from being off the field, maybe is not fair to the Packers.
And he's still down at the 40-yard line, and the crowd, in its enthusiasm, is doing a pretty good wave.
Yeah, the top section hasn't got in it yet.
Want to remind you there are 4 ways to pick and save: everyday low prices, advantage coupons, yellow tag specials, and now at participating stores you can save even more with the Advantage Plus Savers Club. Pick and save, still the one low price leader. We have 6 minutes to go here in the quarter, and again, as you say, they don't want to move the player until they are certain he's okay. And now he's going to get up on his feet. Jenkins is up and okay. And for a guy who got up, they sure had kept him down there a long time.
Yeah, that's what it sometimes
whoa,
a little ridiculous.
Give me a break,
to me.
folks. He's still standing on a field. Take him off. Let's play.
Yeah, let's play.
Does this sound
football.
cruel? Come on.
But it's logical, you know. And I guess you think that if they're going to carry him off, at least they'd carry him off the side of the field. They're going to walk right across the field.
Yeah, they're going to hold it even longer while he walks to the dressing room, not on the sidelines, but across the field. And he's walking under his own power. He just may be dazed and may have a concussion. You don't want anybody to get hurt. That's not the object of this game at all. Now, Max, let me ask you this. With this situation in the game, down 17-7, would you play action fake and throw it long?
I don't think the situation calls for it here, Jim. I don't mind a run, you know, kind of a bootleg type deal where you could got a short receiver, but obviously I think they would be alerted to that. That's better. That works better when you're ahead than it does when you're behind. But
all right, third down and about 2 yards to go for the Packers. In motion goes Thompson, and back to pass it goes Brett Favre. Now Brett looks to the sidelines. There's Thompson, first down at the 30, and on his feet and out of bounds at about the 27. Darrell Thompson was standing over here in the flat with nobody around him, and finally gets pushed out of bounds there by Kevin Scott.
And the good news is that time Brett did go to a secondary receiver. He didn't zero in on somebody and force all the defense there. He went back to Thompson, and that's a big play.
Ball is at the 27-yard line with a first down for the Packers. It is at the 27 of the Detroit Lions, and the Packers trailing 17-7. So you need some kind of a score here in this ball game right now to get yourself in a position. Again, Sharp asking for some quiet. He's not going to get any quiet. Here is Edgar Bennett trying to run, and he goes sideways and loses about a yard. He just couldn't go any other direction. In on the play for the Lions is Chris Spielman and George Jameson. He was trying to get to the outside, but there wasn't any outside to be found.
Well, no, it was an inside play, and he was, again, the offensive line was kind of jammed back in his face, and he had no place to run, so he tried to slide it out and nowhere to go.
We're under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter now. The Packers at the 28-yard line of Detroit. A loss of a yard on that play.
Of course, we obviously know that first down is the best down for throwing the football.
Well, it's second down now. Here's Favre on second down, straight back in the pocket. Favre looking, stepping up over the middle. Touchdown! Sterling Sharp! What a catch by Sterling Sharp in front of Harry Colon. My goodness, and what a throw by Brett Favre, who took a chance and got it there.
A 40-yard bullet, Jim. I mean, it never got 3 feet off the ground, right to Sharp, who made a great catch, and you can't throw him any better than that.
Holy cow, Max. What a throw by Brett Favre. Now, if you're going to get down on Brett Favre, folks, remember this is what he can do right here. And what a catch by Sterling Sharp. Difficult with Colon hanging on him.
And back in the football game for these Green Bay Packers.
Second touchdown catch of the day for the Green Bay Packers and Sterling Sharp. Kick is up, and it is good by Chris Jackie. That play covered, 28 yards, and it comes with 4:35 to go. And this is the third quarter, and the Packers get back in the ball game, and it's still back up for grabs. Well, there are 4 ways to pick and save. Everyday low prices, advantage coupons, yellow tag specials, and now at participating stores, you can save even more with the Advantage Plus Savers Club. Pick and save, it's still the one low price leader. Max 72 yards in 7 plays.
Key third down play when he got out there and hit Thompson, I believe it was.
Right over here in this flat, right.
Yeah, that was a big one after a long delay for an injured player. You know, sometimes that does something to your momentum, but the Packers got back in this football game. We're going to see it nip and tuck from here in.
Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Packer Radio Network.
Thanks for joining us for Green Bay Packer football on WBIZ AM and FM, Z100 and Sports Radio 1400. WBIZ, Eau Claire.
17-14 now in favor of the Lions. Boy, you kind of wish they hadn't had that intercepted pass by the Lions.
Oh, no kidding.
I just thought I'd bring that up, that it would be nice if that hadn't happened. 4:35 to go here, and this is the third quarter of the ball game. The Packers try to hold off the Detroit Lions and advance next week to play the Dallas Cowboys, and that'll be in Dallas. And should it be with the Packers against the Cowboys, we'll be on the air at 10:35 along the 10:30 along the network lines, and Mike Holmgren would be at 10:55. Did I get that right? And for some of you, the pregame programming begins 2 hours before kickoff, so kind of check your local listings, as they say in the big time.
Would you wake me up at the mansion?
Yes, I will. Is that where you're going? You going to stay in the mansion?
Why not?
At Turtle Creek. I know where that is.
Yeah.
That guy that called in, tell him to go over there and spend a few dollars.
I'm going to go down there and have dinner there.
Here is the kickoff. This is a high floater that's going to be taken by Mel Gray at the 5. Mel Gray to the 10. Mel Gray to the outside to the 15 and down at the 21-yard line. So the Lions start back at their own 21-yard line. Better coverage this week than last week.
Plus the fact this Packer defense a little revived now. They came out with a little vigor here. Now that they're back in this football game, maybe they can give us the ball back.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is just a really good football game, isn't it? It's kind of a nicely played game. Got some big plays in it. Got some outstanding plays. Got some plays that aren't quite so outstanding, but they are outstanding. By the way, Sterling Sharp spoke to me today, guys.
He did.
I said, good morning, Sterling. He said, good morning.
Did he mention your name?
No, he just said good morning, but at least he spoke. Ball is at the 22-yard line, first down for the Detroit Lions. Here's the ride, play action fake by Eric Kramer. He wants to throw upfield. Perriman caught it again at the 41. Brett Perriman, is he something or not?
Well, again, Buckley knew he should have got a hand on that, Jim. He didn't see the ball, and he's kind of kicking the ground down there as he should be, because if he turns around and sees the ball, he can either knock it down or something, but he was the underneath man.
All the way out to the 40-yard line, and that's 9 catches today for Brett Perriman. And is that any good? Well, let's see what Perriman came into the game with 49, so he's used to catching. So he's had a big day. First down at the 40-yard line for the Detroit Lions, their own 40. Perriman's just caught everything near him. We're going to have him tested. Here's Sanders trying to get to the outside. Now trying to get inside, and he gets a yard. Couldn't get away from the last man. That was Tony Bennett. Gain of about a yard. Second down and 9 for Detroit. Clock is at 3:33 to go in the third quarter, and a 17-14 ball game. Each team with a touchdown here in the third quarter.
I think the Packers need a turnover, Jim. They just seem tough. They have a tough time stopping this line passing attack. They're going to have a turnover. They're going to have to pick one off here, I think. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble.
Sammy Walker has come into the lineup. Let's see. The Packers have 5 defensive backs, and they have 3 linemen and 4 linebackers. Is that the way that shakes out? I think that's the way. Oh, the Packers, did they jump offside? Yep. Yes, they did. Here's Kramer back to throw. Comes up over the middle. Broken up by Roland Mitchell. Now a late flag. Come on here. What could that flag have been?
I got to call defensive interference, Jim.
Yeah, but it looked like Mitchell knocked the ball away before it ever got there.
He was late coming up with the flag, but
he really was late.
Maybe
got a flag at the line, which is offsides on the Packers.
Maybe they drew us offsides. No, they're both against the Packers.
I can't believe that flag was thrown. It looked like Mitchell reached out and knocked that ball away.
Well, we'll see on a replay here.
Let's listen to Tom White.
He forgot to turn his mic on.
That penalty will be declined. We have unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness?
Oh, the second guy, I think, hit that receiver, Jim.
That's unnecessary roughness, so it comes back up here. It'll be 15 yards rather than first down. They're calling unnecessary roughness on Leroy Butler. And the Packers, they almost got back onside. Well, that's a tough call right there, I think.
Well, I didn't
Mitchell made a good play. All right, there it is. And
oh, no, that's obviously the call, Jim. You can't hit somebody when the ball has already been knocked down.
Let's see, did he do it on purpose? Oh, he hit him in the head. See, he's ruling he hit him in the head. That's what the ruling is.
Not a smart play by Butler.
So it's a first down at the Packer 44-yard line by the Lions. Here the Lions back to throw is Kramer. He's in trouble. He's going to come up over the middle.
Wide open.
And it is Perriman again out of bounds at the 11.
And they're going to call another penalty for hitting him out of bounds, which will put it down to about the 6-yard line or 7.
I didn't see that flag. Was there a flag there?
Yeah, they threw one at Mitchell.
Boy, Perriman is just turning them inside out. Let's see. Let's watch the end of this play. He had too much time. They almost got to Eric Kramer. That's a long pass play they threw there. The ball is at the 13. It'll be half the goal line on, again, roughness on the part of Roland Mitchell. All right, now watch him. Now they're not going to show the end of it, are they?
The end of the play. First and goal.
Now let's take a look and see if we see the end of this play.
What a pass, though. Perfect pass.
Yeah, it's really a terrific throw. Well, wait a minute, folks. That isn't unnecessary roughness.
That's a bad call.
Oh, is that a terrible call at the end of the play?
But, Jim, what the Packers are doing, they're getting, even when they blitz, they're not getting enough pressure on that Kramer in order to get him off stride. And if you don't, he'll just keep hitting Perriman all day.
Max, that's an utterly ridiculous call because he didn't do anything but take him down on the sidelines. And you can't call that play. But they did, of course. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
It appeared that they wanted Mitchell to hold him up.
To the 8-yard line, first and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line. Just a call that, this is football. This is not hugging and kissing. First and goal, 8-yard line, Detroit. Got to stop him here, hold him to a field goal.
No, if they go to that, I'll come back.
Here's the ride, and the handoff goes to Sanders, and he goes to maybe the 5-yard line, jumping off the left side, and knocked out at about the 6-yard line. Oh, on the replay with Butler, we could see the reason for the call, but I don't think I could see any reason for that one there on the replay.
No, it was really, he just followed him out of bounds and really didn't even shove him extra, but that was kind of a rotten call. It really, but the damage was already done.
Yeah,
he had already made the big yardage, so.
Second and goal, rather, at the 5-yard line for the Lions at 2:05 to go at a 17-14 game. This is such a big series right here. The quarterback sends a man in motion to the right in Herman Moore and back to pass. And in the middle, it is
intercepted.
It might go all the way for the Packers. Down the sideline, George Teague.
All right,
Teague
George.
at the midfield stripe. Teague at the 40. Teague is on his way. He's at the 20. Teague for a touchdown on the interception at the goal line by George Teague. And there is justice in this world.
And that's over 100 yards, Jim. He caught that in the end zone. What a run by George Teague.
The Packers lead the ball game. And what a rotten throw by Eric Kramer.
That's unbelievable. What a turn of events here. Oh, he actually caught it about the 5-yard line. I was mistaken, but who cares?
George Teague has intercepted. And for George Teague, his second interception, and he's not giving up the ball.
I don't blame him. That's one to take home with him.
Teague on the interception. What are they ruling it? 95 yards? We're going to look at it again. So we're even on interception returns. And this one comes with 1:40 to go in the third, and the kick is good, and it's 21-17 in the Packers, and that is a momentum play right there.
Well, it's just a 14-point turnaround, Jim, because they were going to get 7, and we got 7. That's a 14-point turnaround.
Suddenly it's we again.
Yeah,
you and I have changed. We're back to we. A moment ago it was they, but we are back to we as far as this game is concerned.
But, boy, that was a heart stopper, to see him step in. George Teague obviously was rated as almost rookie of the very close to defensive rookie of the year in this league because he's had that kind of year, but what a way to cap it off.
It was almost as if he didn't get into stride till about the 35-yard line. He wasn't in any rhythm, and then he got that running rhythm, and he ran away from them. Boy, what a play. So, Packer backers, heard of the play of the day? That might have been it right there. How about a burger of the month? That's right. Every month, McDonald's is offering a different great burger each month. There's one waiting for you at McDonald's today. 1:40 to go. It's 21-17, the Packers. I would remind you the Packers led. He picked it up on the goal line. We think it might be 100 yards, Max.
I thought the first replay, I thought he was on the 5-yard line.
Look what a great job Terrell Buckley did. Buckley screened off Herman Moore.
They would have caught him.
He screened off Herman Moore.
Right on the 101 yards.
101. 101 yards on the return.
You can look in the record book for that one.
Get in your record book quick. Here's the kickoff. It comes to Gray at the 3. Gray up the sidelines. It dropped at the 20-yard line. Now a flag, and that'll move it back even further, I would think. Packers may have taken some momentum from that play. Well, certainly that's a playoff record for the Packers, I would think.
Oh, I'm sure of that. And
well, we'll get in our regular record book and see. Man, I can't believe what has transpired here, because the Lions were in a position where they might have just put the clamps on the Packers right there. Now we're into a ball game.
Number 58, during the return, 10 yards.
Longest in playoff history, not just the Packers, Max. It's the longest in the league's playoff history.
Well, I tell you, when 101 don't happen very often, obviously, it has not happened up until today.
That was your first clue that it doesn't happen very often? Oh, okay. Beats the hell out of being in the Cayman Islands, doesn't it?
You're right. And it also, that 21 looks a lot better on our side than theirs.
First down at the 11-yard line, Detroit. Let's let him make a mistake back here. It's off to Barry Sanders. Sanders threw to about the 15. Good run by Barry Sanders for 4 tough yards for the Lions. With a minute 23 to go in the third, and the Packers down 17-7. Suddenly are up by a 21-17 margin. What an electrifying play by George Teagan. And when you look back at that replay, the job of Buckley to get in front of Herman Moore, Moore couldn't get around him. Terrell just kind of played, dodge him cars there for a little bit with him.
Well, it's good that it happened to somebody else besides us.
Yeah, right. All right, second down and about 6 for the Lions at the 15-yard line. In motion goes Rodney Holman to the right. Here's Eric Kramer. Kramer on the draw play to Barry Sanders, and Sanders gets off of one tackle and gets did he get the first down? He's still on his feet now, gets it at the 22. Should have been thrown back for about a yard loss, and yet he got away. That's a big run by Barry Sanders.
They hit him solidly behind the line of scrimmage, couldn't get him off his feet, and he gets a first down.
So the ball is out to the 22-yard line. I'll tell you what, their total yardage is getting up there. It's at over 300 yards now. Well, he's got 125 running, and they're 304 yards, less 10, so they're 294 total yards for the Lions. Lions bring the ball to the line of scrimmage. Derek Moore has come in for Barry Sanders. They're going to give him a one-play rest because we're coming to the quarter. Here's a first down play and a play-action fake by Kramer. Kramer dumps the ball off at the last moment to Derek Moore. And Derek Moore is going to be dropped for a gain of about 2 yards. Good play by Kramer. That's a dangerous play, but he got it off. Into the quarter. After 3, the Packers 21 and the Lions 17. Back after this on the Packer Radio Network.
It's cold days, hot deals at McDonald's. Buy a quarter pounder with cheese sandwich at the regular price and get your second one for a price equal to yesterday's noon temperature.
The diligent efforts of Jim Palm, he has found out that the previous record for a kick or for an interception return was 99 yards by Tim Lewis against the Los Angeles Rams. Excuse me. Back on November 18th, Max, 1984. So 99 yards was the previous record. George Teague owns the league record for playoffs, and he owns the Packer record for interception return yardage, 101 yards.
And George Teague moves into the record book, and what a time to do it.
Oh, perfect time. All right, second down and about 8 yards to go for the Lions. They are at their own 25-yard line. Brent Perriman is out wide to the right. Roland Mitchell covering him. Here goes Kramer back to throw, and he gets it off the back foot, throws it upfield, and Teague dives and can't intercept it. They were intending a fly pattern for Herman Moore, and Teague, playing center field, came over trying to get to it. It was well over the head of Herman Moore.
Yeah, there was finally they get a rush on the Detroit quarterback, and he had to throw that away.
So it'll be third down for the Lions. And we have still 14 minutes and 54 seconds to go in this game, and I don't think the scoring's done yet. by these two teams.
I think it's time for the Secretary of Defense of the Packers to
take charge.
That's right. Reggie, we have not called his name in the last couple of weeks against these guys. He needs a sack.
3rd down and 8 for the Lions. Here's Kramer again. Here comes Reggie. Oh, he got cut. The ball comes up over the middle. It is caught by Willie Green. 1st down at the 36-yard line. They cut the legs right out from Reggie White as he tried to come inside, and they took him out of the play. And the ball is up to the 36. Big throw and a 1st down, and Willie Green's first catch of the day.
I'll tell you, Reggie tried to make that inside move, and a good play by the offensive tackle who was blocking him.
Just cut him down, didn't it? So a 1st down at the 36. Clock running at 14:25 to go. 21-17 the Packers. Been a really interesting football game today, a tough game. 1st down for the Lions at their own 36. Here's the handoff to Barry Sanders to the outside again. Slipped a tackle. Still trying to get away, and Sammy Walker brings him down at the 39. Sammy Walker at the 39 tackled him after a gain of about 3 yards. Did you see him slip that tackle to the line of scrimmage?
He's incredible. I'll tell you, how dangerous a man can he get? Does that make sense?
Well, I can interpret it for the audience if you'd like me to do. Well, no, maybe I can't. Going to be 2nd down and 7.
Packers going in. They got Mike Pryor in there. They've got Corey Harris in there for defenders, along with the regular group.
Billy Moss is the nose tackle, along with Brock on the right side and Reggie White on the left. And they have Tony Bennett in a down lineman's position on the right side. Here is a 2nd down play. Kramer looks with a quick pattern to the sidelines and caught, and a 1st down at the 41. What a catch.
And what a hit by Butler.
Butler made a great hit, but it is a catch on the play by Herman Moore, I think. Yes, Herman Moore.
I'd be surprised. Well, he is getting up, but boy, did Butler level him.
And Kramer is throwing the ball so well for the Detroit Lions. He really is throwing it well. They just couldn't close on it. He caught it there. See, he would have come down. Now, the reason you say, well, he's out of bounds. But the reason they counted is because he's driven out by the defender. So there's no question that's a good legal catch by the Lions.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Ball at the 41, 1st down for the Lions, and here they come again. They just keep coming at you. Aubrey Matthews goes in motion this time, and back to pass goes Kramer again, and he wants to come up over the middle. Now he's being chased down from behind and brought down at the 40. It's lucky for him he didn't lose the ball.
That was Tony Bennett chasing him down, I believe, and Tony Bennett's hurt a little bit.
Gain of 1 on the play. Don Davey is into the lineup for the Packers. Now, Reggie White's coming out for Green Bay. Reggie White is out of the ball game. Reggie takes himself to the sidelines. And let's see, it's a 2nd down and 9 for the Lions. You got Davey and Moss. You got Bryce Popp on the left side. You got Bennett on the right. You got 2 down linemen. And now you've got 4 linebackers. And you've got 6 defensive backs. No, that's too many. You got 5 defensive backs. Here's the draw play to Barry Sanders. Sanders to the outside in the open. Sanders breaks a tackle, has a 1st down out of bounds. And where? The 29-yard line.
Oh, that's incredible running, Jim. People get a shot at him, and they don't even get a hand on him. That's how tricky this guy is. He doesn't look like he's been out for a long time with a bad leg.
No, he doesn't, does he? They're at the 29. Remember, the Packers lead 21-17, but 12:05 left here in the ballgame. You could play overtime. That's what happened earlier today when Kansas City beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, he left Corey Harris just flailing through the air and a couple other guys along there. What a run.
1st down for the Lions at the 29-yard line of the Packers. They send a man in motion to the left in Rodney Holman. Here is Eric Kramer on a play-action fake, back to throw. Now dumps it off to the right, and caught is Derek Moore by Johnny Holland at the 30 for a loss of a yard. Derek Moore with Johnny Holland making a fine play, knocked down at the 30-yard line. At a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11.
I tell you give Johnny Holland an assignment, whoever he is, and when you look up, he'll be right on his man. That was his man, and he tackled him behind the line.
So it'll be a 2nd down. Moore stays in, and I don't think there's anything wrong with Barry. I think they're just giving him his breather on the sidelines. 2nd down at 11.
We got to realize he's coming off of a layoff now of almost a month or so, right?
Yeah, about 6 weeks. It's going to be a 2nd down at 11 for Detroit. Got to get to Kramer. Back he goes again. He's swinging it off to the right to Derek Moore again. And Moore bulls his way to the 20-yard line, short of the 1st down. Derek Moore just showed some real power. That's the play they like, Max, that little swing out of the backfield. Moore, in a couple of games against the Packers earlier, didn't catch that ball.
And this time he ran over Johnny Holland.
Yeah, he did.
Holland got there a little bit late, and when he hit him, wow, what a collision.
Buckley couldn't get squared to him. Holland did at least hold him up so he could get help from Butler. Third down at about 1.5 yards, and Barry Sanders is back in there. So ball is shy of the 20.
If you see what he did to Holland, you'd no telling what he'd have done to Buckley.
Third down at 1.5 yards, and the ride to Barry Sanders to the outside. He's got the first down, and he's down to the 17-yard line. Goes to the left and cuts it upfield. Hit and drop by Wayne Simmons, among others. But a first down for the Lions at 10 minutes left in the game. Tony Bennett at the bottom of the pile for the Packers.
Well, you might as well get ready. This is going to go down to the wire.
9:52 left, 21-17 the Packers. Brock is in. And out of the lineup will go Don Davey. Also, Sammy Walker's out of there. We got enough players in. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Both teams have all their timeouts remaining. Perriman goes in motion on a first down at the 17-yard line. And here is Eric Kramer back to throw it. Kramer looks. Now he's running. Now he gets away from a tackle and gets back to the 18-yard line. That could be a sack, I would think. I don't think he got back to the line, did he? It's a sack because the officials stopped the clock.
Well, Bennett,
so that means it is a sack.
Bennett kind of tripped him up, got him by the foot, and really caused him to fall. I don't know who they give the sack to, but Bennett's the guy that put him off balance.
And it is a sack because you stop the clock on sacks, and then you put the ball back in play. And they do that right now. Second down for the Packers. Davey comes in, and out goes Tony Bennett. Walker is in as well for the Packers in the secondary.
Couple of big plays here for the defense.
We got Yurkovich getting off a little bit late for the Packers. Second down and 11 for Detroit. Holman is in motion to the right. Here is a handoff to Barry Sanders on a delay to the outside. Barry Sanders out of bounds at the 5-yard line. They almost didn't get that reach on the handoff, but when he got it, Sanders ran it to the outside, and that's been a big play for Detroit against the Packers all season long.
I'll tell you what a weapon Barry Sanders is, and he's proving today just exactly what he can do, and I think he's now got 152 yards.
Not a bad day, huh?
And the bad news is the day ain't over.
First and goal, 8:43 to go. The Packers leading 21-17. Now you hope you can hold them to a field goal, but boy, they are relentless in this drive. First down at the 5. Here's the ride and a handoff to Derek Moore. Touchdown. Derek Moore on the hard drive, and he gets the touchdown, and the Lions have regained the lead.
Derek Moore just ran over the entire interior of the Packer line, Jim, and got across the goal line. He was not to be stopped.
This crowd is going crazy. Their running game has hurt the Packers today, and this comes with 8:27 to go in the ball game. So they had the ball on that drive. Let's see, a total of 6.5 minutes here, 7.5, about 8 minutes. 89 yards max in 14 plays.
I'll tell you something interesting. Tony Bennett, somebody on that, I thought they were going to replay that one, but...
All right, we'll talk about it in a minute. We'll take a break. Be back after this. 24-21 the Lions. This is the Packer Radio Network. You from the Silverdome. Max, what a contrast to last week's game. Here we have had touchdown drives of 80, 94, 72, and 89 yards.
And I'll tell you, that you can't take it away from the Lions. That's a sign of a good football team that can do that, and that's exactly what they've done today. And of course, they got the fans all riled up. They gave them all a white pom-pom when they came in, and probably said, make a lot of noise. And just look at this thing. They're going crazy.
All right, here's the kickoff by Jason Hansen. 24-21 in favor of the Lions. Here's the kickoff. This has been a terrific game. High floater. This will be hard to return. Harris at the 5. Harris to the 10 on the right. Got a little hole to the 20, to the 25, the 30. Looking for some blocking to the 40, to the 45, and to the 48-yard line. As I said, an easy return.
That's right.
To the 48-yard line. And had the blockers been able to run a little quicker, he might have had a touchdown. He couldn't get the blockers out in front of it.
Yeah, he slowed down waiting on the blockers, and you're right. He might have gone all the way.
Timeout. Back after this word from your local station. This is the Packer Radio Network. Games that give pro football a pretty good name.
Boy, you're right, Jim. And if you watch the first game, guess what the score was? 27-24 overtime, and this one's getting very near to the same kind of game. The playoffs are supposed to be exciting, and they really have been.
Well, here we go. First down for the Packers at their own 49-yard line, trailing by 3 points, 8:12 to go in the game. Quarterback is Brett Favre on this first down play, and the ride is a play-action fake. They throw it out here, and that would have been a big play for Edgar Bennett, but it was knocked down at the line of scrimmage. They got a hand on it and knocked it down. Is that the linebacker who did
Kelvin Pritchett, the defensive end, reached up, and I'm glad he didn't catch it because he had a couple of hands on it.
That was a good, well set up play, and Bennett was going to get some yardage out here on the left wing. So that stops the clock at 8:07 to go in the ball game, and the Packers down by 3, 24-21. We've had touchdowns scored on interceptions by both teams. Second down and 10. Eddie West will line up on the left side today on this play for the Packers. And here's Favre on the quick pattern to Robert Brooks. Nothing. Got to midfield, and that's all. They tried to clear it out. They thought that Darrell Thompson would take the people with him upfield, but they didn't. They stayed right with Robert Brooks, and he catches that ball for a gain of a yard.
Well, again, in 2 quick plays, she's 3rd and 9, a key play here. They need the Packers don't want to turn this ball over too quick back to that hot offense of the Lions.
Not with the kind of field position you started with. It's 3rd down and 9 from midfield for Green Bay. Listen to this crowd. Now Sterling Sharp will line up over on the left side for the Packers. Here's Favre, straight back, and they're coming after him. He gets away from it.
Sharp's
right.
open.
He's got to throw the ball. He's got a man downfield, and it is out of bounds. He had Mark Clayton behind the defense. He was 10 yards behind him, and the ball floated on him out of bounds on the right side. Clayton had a touchdown.
Boy, Clayton is so disappointed. He'd never been so open in his life down there, Jim. And why Favre threw it out of bounds? I guess because he was running to the right.
Yeah, he was floating. See, you got to understand that he's running to the right. Clayton tried to stay in bounds, and he couldn't do it. So the Packers have to kick it away. That was the lead touchdown right there. Too many plays are getting away from the Packers. Here is the kick by Brian Wagner. He's sending it downfield to the right, and it's a fair catch by Mel Gray at the 12-yard line. Fair catch with 7:09 to go. The Packers down 3, and a timeout back after we pause for this. This is the Packer Radio Network.
Check out the stage.
Proud of all of the friendships they've helped make. So when they remind you to know when to say when, it's all in the name of friendship. We've been so proud to have them as an ally in these Packer broadcasts through these many years. Thanks, Budweiser. Hope we go on for a few more weeks of this season. Oh, well, I don't even want to look at that Clayton play again on the television. First down for the Lions at their own 12-yard line. They lead 24-21, 7:09 left. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. So we got a lot of time left in the game. But you got to get something pretty quick. Here are the Lions. Got to stop them first. Here's the ride and the handoff to Barry Sanders. Got caught in the backfield, got away. Comes upfield to about the 19-yard line. They're going to give him the 20. Gain of 8 yards by Barry Sanders, who has had an outstanding day today.
I'll tell you, that first guy, I just can't stop him. They've had every opportunity in the backfield, and they've just not been able to bring him down.
Max, I never in my wildest dreams believed he could be this effective today.
No, you wouldn't think so. After laying off 6 weeks, having a bad knee, I think they knew something that we didn't know, and I think the management of the Lions was trying to keep it a secret.
I think they lied to the NFL.
I think you're right.
On the waiting, and that they ought to be reprimanded for that. Ball is at the 20 at a second down and 2. The ride to Sanders again, and he's got a first down out to about the 24. Hit by Bryce Popp and brought down at the 24-yard line. 6:20 left in the game. Every first down means a minute or so goes off that clock.
Yeah, at least a minute or so.
So the ball at the 25, first down, the Lions. Now the Packers bring in Sammy Walker defensively as a 5th defensive back, and they take out Bryce Popp. No, they take out John Jerkovich. Clock running at 5:59 left in the game. The Packers trailing 24-21. Is there a miracle finish here for Green Bay? And in motion to the right is Rodney Holman. It's been a terrific game. Here is the handoff to Barry Sanders up high this time. He tries to cut back, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. That's a good open field tackle made by Leroy Butler on the play, and no gain for Detroit. Second down. Clock runs at 5:35, and we're saying just give it back to us one more time, right?
Oh, boy. I hope one more time. Again, I say the advantage that we do have is the fact that a field goal will tie this game for the Packers if they can just get the ball back.
And if they can get a touchdown, a field goal wouldn't tie it for the Lions.
That's right. So But all of that
doesn't mean anything, does it?
When it's 24-21 in favor of the Lions, that don't mean much.
Second down, 10 for Detroit at the 25-yard line. Here's the quarterback, and straight back goes Eric Kramer in the pocket. Now he just releases it over the middle short to Derek Moore, and he's knocked down after a gain of 2. Johnny Holland on him, and we got Bryce Pop down on the turf for the Packers, getting up very slowly, but he's getting up. So now here is the third down play that is maybe the play of the ball game right at this moment. Every play gets more important, but this is the big one right here. Third down and 6.
I think you're right, Jim. And Bryce Pop, who came into this game with a bad calf, had to come out of play here, but I think he'll be back.
Third down the Lions at the clock at 4:33. And here is the play right here. Got to get this play to work, folks. Got to get it to work. Kramer, the quarterback. Sanders is the running back. The Packers bring in a defensive back late. Packers look like they're blitzing. Here's Kramer with a quick inside slant. First down, Detroit. And the back, it gets away, Willie Green. Willie Green goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
The Packers gambled it all there, Jim. They blitzed 2 safety men and all the linebackers, and if you don't get to the quarterback, you get burned, and that's exactly what happens. They gambled and lost.
Well, they had him back at the first down marker, then Willie Green got away from Sammy Walker. 70,000 tickets sold today. 68,479 are here. Well, now here you are, 4:11 to go, and they have a fresh set of downs, and you've lost field position as well. So this is getting increasingly more difficult, and the Lions are looking more and more like a team worthy of being here.
Well, I agree.
Here is the ride by Kramer to Sanders, and Sanders hit by Brock and brought down for no gain. Matt Brock, he also got help from Bryce Pop. Second down, Detroit. Packers still have 3 timeouts, but we're at the 4-minute mark of the ball game. Number 1 since day 1 in Wisconsin, Chrysler Plymouth minivans, of course. Drive the safest minivans in the world, available only at the minivan store, your nearby Chrysler Plymouth dealer. Second down and 10 for Detroit. The Lions have the ball at the 49-yard line in their own territory. Turn this thing over, you guys. Here's the quarterback for the Packers, or for the Lions, Eric Kramer. Kramer now, and on a draw play to Barry Sanders. Tried to slide to the outside, going to be dropped for no gain on the play. He tried to slide to the outside, no place to go that time, and he ran into Wayne Simmons.
Well, that's a good time to run into somebody because Barry all day has gotten away from that first guy. That time Wayne Simmons got him down, and they've held Sanders now 27 carries, 165 yards.
That's not really holding.
Well,
all right, it's third down, and again, you come to that situation with 3 minutes left in the game, Max. Again, every play gets increasingly more important, and if you don't get it here, you're in big trouble.
You got to get it here. 3rd and 10.
Third down for the Lions, and Derek Moore has come in for Detroit. Back goes Kramer to throw. Kramer looking now, running from out of the pocket, thrown upfield. It is dropped. It fumbled. The Packers have it. No, incomplete. Incomplete, they say. That'll stop the clock at 2:41, and the Lions will have to kick it.
Rolling his incomplete pass.
Whoa.
4th down.
I'd like to see that baby again. It's close. I don't know whether he ever had it controlled or not.
No, I don't think he did. But the fact is, at least they held them, and they're going to get the football back. They're going to be at 2 minutes and 41 seconds right now, and they're going to get it deep in their own territory.
Well, watch this play again. They went to Perriman. Perriman just bounced off a man. Oh, Max, that is a catch.
Yeah, I believe
that was a fumble by Detroit. Now flags are thrown. Detroit, what do we have here?
Probably delay a game.
Oh, my goodness, folks. We just saw the replay, and Perriman had the ball secured and both feet down. That's the way you have to do it, and that should have been a fumble. Let's listen.
False start. Number 99 on offense. Moving prior to the snap. Still 4th down.
That Perriman play was a big play. You'd have had the field position. That's the key on that play.
Well, we couldn't see the other side whether he actually controlled the ball or not. He could have been bobbling it.
Well, but it's the man on this side who ruled it incomplete.
True.
So they're going to snap it back to Arnold. Jim Arnold, big kick coming here, too. The Packers held defensively. Now then, what is the official doing here? 2:41 left in the ball game. The Packers are down 3, 24-21. Going to get one more chance at it. Here's the snap to Arnold, and he gets the kick away. This is a returnable kick, although he drives it beautifully to Robert Brooks at the 7-yard line. Brooks looking to go to the right. Brooks trying to get around the corner at the 10, to the 15, to the 20. On his feet to the 27-yard line. 28, maybe the 28. Pretty good return and a nice play. And the Packers now have their thing squarely in front of them with 2:26 to go and down in the ball game by 3 points. Want to remind you, while there is a break in the action, reach for an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Congratulations to the Green Bay Packers on their 75th anniversary from Coca-Cola Classic. Always Wisconsin proud, always Packer proud, always Coca-Cola.
Well, here it is in a nutshell, Jim. They got plenty of time to do it.
Whoop, there it is right. Yeah.
If you want it, go get it.
71 yards away from a touchdown that would win it. 3 timeouts for the Packers. Sterling Sharp in motion. Back goes Favre to throw, setting up a screen off on the right to Edgar Bennett. Bennett's got the 30. Bennett to the 35. Bennett to the 40 and spun down at the 41. Gain of 12, first down. Edgar Bennett to the 41. They may not get a playoff before the 2-minute warning. We're down to 2:12, and Brett Favre is going to let it go to the sidelines, and he'll walk over there and talk to his coach. So we'll get the 2-minute warning. We are now 59 yards away from a winning touchdown. Timeout, and we will be back after this word. This is the Green Bay Packer Radio Network.
Car accidents.
I'll tell you, the emotions of Brett Favre is the guy I'm worried about, Jim. There's a lot in this drive for Brett Favre, you know, to end the season. He can bring these Packers back. I think a lot of those fans and critics will probably get off of his back. And if he don't, he's going to have that stigma put on him for next year.
12 out of 23 for 150 yards for Brett. First down at the 41-yard line in Packer territory. 2 minutes left. Here's Favre looking, double pumping, goes up to Eddie West. Eddie has the ball down to the 49-yard line of the Lions. I think he's just shy of a first down.
Boy, 10 yards of crack. They will get it in field goal range.
Well, they were at this field position here a minute ago and weren't able to move it. Now you got to keep it moving. It's second down and just about a half a yard to go for the Packers. The clock running at a minute 39.
That's as base as you can get, a 6-yard hook.
So it is going to be a second down play. Here's Favre and the ride, and the handoff goes straight ahead down to about the 46, and the Packers take a timeout. First down on a straight-ahead charge to the 46-yard line of the Detroit Lions. I'll tell you how I feel about this drive, Max. I feel you need to go for the touchdown. I don't like playing for the tie here, and I don't know that that's what they're going to do, but if you want the touchdown right now.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt, Jim. You're going for a touchdown. But if the situation comes up, you're going to have to take the field goal. You don't have any choice if it comes to that.
Well, we'll just
hope we do
stick around.
Right.
We're not going anywhere anyway because you can't get out of here. I'm going to stay overnight. I just love staying in Detroit an extra night and see all of the exciting tourist attractions that they have here.
There's a ton of them around here, I'll tell you.
Well, right up here in the North Woods, maybe a deer will run by or an antelope, something like that. That'll be the highlight of the evening. No, I'm kidding. I come from a small town, folks. I know don't talk to me. I know what small towns are. All right, first down at the 46, a minute 25 left. Got to get the ball upfield for the Packers. Here's the quarterback, Brett Favre, a man in motion to the near side. Brett back to throw it. Brett comes on a looping pass over the middle to Sterling Sharp to the 40-yard line. And down right there. They say he's down. Packers hurry to the line of scrimmage. Gain of 6 on the play.
Ruled down by conduct.
Little crossing pattern. A clock at a minute 12. 2 timeouts left. You got to get it down somewhere around, I would think, Max, the 30-yard line.
Just don't get unsettled here.
Here's Favre back to throw. Favre looking. Now Favre running. Come on, run it. He's going to throw it to the end zone. He's open. That's Sharp.
Wide open.
Touchdown. Sterling Sharp.
Wide open.
He got away and scored the touchdown with 55 seconds left in the ball game.
And what a pass by Brett Favre. They're mobbing him on the sidelines. He threw that high and wide, about 60 yards in the air, Jim, and there was Sharp wide open.
And I'm sitting here saying, run it. Run the thing. and he it's the same play that happened with Clayton.
Well, yeah, Sharp, as you see on the replay here, he's just sitting there, and when Brett gets open, he just takes off.
Well, how many yards was that? 40? 40 yards. Third touchdown pass of the day. And it comes with 55 seconds. Now here's where you start worrying about Mel Gray. At least I did already.
I was going to ask Randy White, what kind of arm does it take to be coming over this way and throw it all the way back across
I think Randy as a quarterback can appreciate that kind of arm, can't you? No, I never had one. He said he wouldn't know. Here's the try for the extra point, and it's good. Now then.
I don't think anybody else has one like that either.
That's the 4-point difference, Max, we were looking at.
Yeah.
Now they have to score a touchdown.
Score a TD. What a play. My goodness.
What was the drive? It was like 71 yards in 4 plays.
Running right. Look at that.
My problem with this is it's now with the ball game, Max, and there's too much time. 3 timeouts left for the Lions, 55 seconds to go in the game. Where do you kick it? Look at this. He just reared back and threw it as hard as he could throw it. I've never seen anybody do it that way, and Sterling Sharp caught the ball.
Well, that'll kill all the Brett Favre doubters wanted, I hope.
Listen, yeah, and I want to say this. That Max and I would never give up on this kid with that kind of an arm. We never have, never will.
Never will, it either. I never gave up on this game, did you?
Yes. I'm not sure it's over. It ain't over. I know that.
I know one thing. We're in a lot better shape we were before you just threw that one.
Yeah, you're right. I do like the position better than I did. Let me put it that way.
But you're right about one thing.
And that's the second time that's happened. The Lions, that's almost like the Gulliford play in Minnesota.
Well, it defeats a basic defensive back deal there. He lets Sharp go because he thinks that Favre can't get the ball over there, and Favre just showed him a little arm there.
71 yards in 4 plays. Now the Packers lead, 28-24, 55 seconds left.
And we know how explosive this line offense is. You're right, it's not over, but wow, what a play.
Well, what you need is somebody on your defense to turn it back to you, you know. Then don't let them get a chance to beat you. But again, you worry about Mel Gray. You worry about a lot of things right here. Because Mel Gray can turn one back to the other end rather quickly. Here is the kick. It's a high floater. And this one is Gray's at the 11-yard line. This is Gray hit and dropped at the 20.
Play.
Marcus Wilson at the 20-yard line. And it stops the clock at 51. Marcus Wilson stopped Mel Gray at the 20.
Boy,
that was that kickoff you worried about.
How often does one man get Mel Gray? And that's what Marcus Wilson did. He was the only guy down there on him, and he made the tackle. That's a big tackle.
Well, Barry Sanders comes back into the ballgame, but is he a factor now with 55 seconds as a runner, 51 seconds?
Well, he might be a factor out of the backfield with a pass.
On a pass, but not as a runner, right? So you don't really worry about him on running the ball.
This is where we rev up Randy White. This is what we got you for. Go get him. Sick him.
Here is Kramer back to throw. Kramer got the ball. Who got it? The Lions back at the 18-yard line. Lions fell on it at the 18. Reggie was in there. It might have been Bryce Popp who knocked it down.
It was Bryce Popp that stripped him of the ball, didn't he?
That's a sack right there. Now they're going to put the ball back at the 17. They either got to stop the clock or start it. Let's see, did they take a timeout? They did. Ball fumbled by the quarterback, and they put the ball back at the 17-yard line. It is a sack. I think, what is he saying? That it can only be advanced if it is recovered by a defender. All right, now they've got 2 timeouts left with 43 seconds to go. Second down. Now, Kramer held that ball much longer that time than he has on any other series of this day.
Yeah, and he only took about a 3 or 4 step drop there, Jim. And Bryce Popp came in there and stripped the ball.
Wait, let me get this straight. If the Packers win this game, we have to do this all over again next week?
Yeah, but that's all right.
8 days is not enough time to recover, because this has been a terrific football game. I mean, if you're an impartial observer, you have just seen NFL football at its very best as far as excitement is concerned. I'm talking excitement. I'm not talking perfection by any means. I'm talking excitement of the game. And we said that when the Packers were down 24-21. Here they lead 28-24 with 43 seconds to go.
And boy, they got to do it 4 downs. Every time the Lions make a first down, they get 4 fresh ones, so we got to stop them.
Corey Harris was in there. Now he's going back to the sidelines. Here come the Lions, the line of scrimmage at the 17-yard line. Boy, Kramer almost made that fatal mistake. He's still got a chance to do it, doesn't he? Here is Kramer straight back in the pocket. Kramer looking, dumps it off to the right side. Sanders catches the ball. Sanders pushed out of bounds at the 20. Gain of 2 on the play. They stopped the clock, however, by getting out of bounds. 3rd down, 38 seconds left.
They were attempting to put the ball in the hands of Barry Sanders out where he had some running room, but Packers were right there.
So it is. Excuse me, I'm having a little trouble getting my breath here. Is your heart beating? I'm not sure about mine.
No, I'm used to this stuff. What the heck?
Yeah, right. Nice tan, by the way. Thanks. Thanks for inviting your friend Palm, who was sick, back home. He didn't get invited, nor did I. 3rd down and 10 for Detroit.
My jet was loaded.
At the 20. Here is Eric Kramer. Kramer, as they come after him, ball is up in the air, and the ball being knocked out. Oh, incomplete. Moore had that ball at the 41. All he had to do was catch it, and it went through his hands.
Right through his hands, Jim. I think he knew that Buckley
never
was
caught it. As long as that ball was up in the air, I thought this is going to be intercepted because it was up in the air so long. But I don't think Buckley ever saw the ball. Now he looks up, and it's too late. I don't know. Neither one of them came. It looked
Herman Moore jumped too quick. If he keeps his feet on the ground, runs under the ball, there's no telling what would have happened. He just jumped up too quick.
Here's the 4th down play right here with 31 seconds to go. You get him this time, and the game's over. Here is Kramer back to throw. Kramer on a quick pattern. Kramer up the middle of the field. Knocked down. They're going to win it. The Packers are going to win it. It was intended for Perryman. He never saw it coming. And number 33, Doug Evans, knocks the ball down. And the Packers will take over at the 20-yard line of Detroit.
Oh, boy, what a game and what a finish, Jim. It couldn't be any more exciting than to win a game like this.
We're going to go to Dallas.
Big D, double A, little LL.
We're going to go to Dallas. We're going to go to Dallas. Take up the cry, folks. We're going to go to Dallas.
Miracles still happen, you know.
No, there's
I'm not talking about for them. I'm talking about
for us
to beat Dallas.
Okay.
I'm ready for Dallas.
But you see, Max, the Packers had to win this game to make this a successful season, to advance beyond what they did last year. I don't think just getting to the playoffs did that. Winning does that. Now you had a better season, and now you got nothing to lose. They kneel on it, and they're not even going to take the timeout. It's all over. The Packers have won it. The Packers have won it. The final score is 28-24 in favor of the Packers, and we will come back and talk about it after this 1-minute break from your local stations on the Packer Radio Network.
More new furniture for lots less money means more new furniture. Right now, during Leaf Furniture's half off the second item sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Here's how it works. Buy